If you have not liked this, please like this, go and share this, because we're talking about pure commentator gold right here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get it nowhere else except one place, the Late Night Hype. Love it, share, like, subscribe, let's grow this thing.
Are you ready for an unforgettable experience? Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get hype.
What's going on, Cowboys universe? Welcome to another episode of the Late Night Hype. Big Game James, Skywalker Still, Law Nation, the voice. Finna give it to you. Camp started, y'all. Let's go. Man, listen, sometimes I be like, I'm gonna think of a different beat, but this one just get me going every time, man. Every time.
Man, this beat make my beard grow. That's what's going on, man. That's
Bruh, your beard is super grown.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation?
That thing got no hat today, y'all. No hat. Do you see that? I always wear the hat. No hat today.
You broke the streak, man.
groundbreaking.
Broke the streak. What's going on, Big Game James? How you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm doing good. I got to be with my boys. It's always a good day to be with my boys, chilling. Feel me?
I was gonna say, man, is your body okay? I saw you got some working against one of your sons, man.
Yeah,
basketball
man,
working.
I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? He kept on begging me, send me the video. So you know what he did, right? So, I beat him. He won one game, but I beat him two. I'm still the master. But, he go on his Instagram and edit all the parts where he's taking me to the hole, spraying me with jump shots, doing like the little dance that Deshaun Watson do every time he score a touchdown first down with the guitar. I said, oh, okay, I got you. I'll see you again Sunday, and we're going to put this on live again.
Damn. Young Bucks, I get you. How you doing, Law Nation? They said James without the hat, and then Law with glasses. So we all scrambling here.
Yeah, we switching.
Yes, indeed. Got to give those contacts a break, and got to be able to see you guys, man. Y'all looking good over there. And James, I see you working out, man, shooting hoops and everything. Make me want to just put on my basketball gear. Maybe we have to flip this thing around and not play this.
We get 3-on-3.
Play basketball.
Now, see, if we're talking basketball with YouTube, you Cowboys YouTube, I'm down. I'm down 100%, fam.
Big three, baby. They better watch out.
Let's do it.
Hey, we good. We could do the basketball. We could do the football. I already got Sky motivated. He already back in the gym. Get your butt back in that gym.
I ain't said nothing yet. Because I was going to look.
He said, hold up. He said, don't be throwing it out there like that.
Because look, I was going to wait till I got a little something, you know what I'm saying? Then I was going to come in here, maybe with a little cut off so they could see it and be like, damn, Sky, looking a little chunky over there, but a good chunky.
Hell yeah.
I might have to do a no shirt podcast there. For the ladies too.
I ain't ready for that. That's the behind the scenes members only.
That's the 99.
That's the 99.99
for your mind special.
Time out. Lord gonna do the no shirt podcast members only, and he gonna hit you with the and remember.
You are watching. Nothing but the best.
Hey, you've been working out a little bit. You gonna get the baby oil?
Oh yeah.
Brought to you by Baby Oil.
Trust me, I told you. I've been going to the little pit. I've been going in the camera like snap, slim fit, knuckle, slim fit.
We just talking about the slim fit. We just talking about the slim fit. Yo, wow, man. Wow, man. It's the late night hype though, man. This is how we get. We have fun. We keep it real. We keep it funky. And we talk that Cowboys talk with y'all. How y'all doing out there, Cowboys Nation? It's packed already up in this thing. We 200 and we ain't even 5 minutes in. We ain't even 5 minutes in, yo. Ghostface Killer. Well, it's Ghost Killer. I'm sorry. Ghosty Killer.
Tell him to go to Ghostface Killer.
Ghosty Killer. Landon. Boot Thang in here. Devin. Michael. DHC. Matty Ice. Henry. Joshua. Jonathan. Durbin. Facebook in the building. Carlito. Ho. Kid
Carlito,
Kid Rasco, Charlie Bridges, who, man, unbelievable supporter. Joyce Harris.
Yes, I love some Charlie.
Akeem. I cannot believe.
You cannot believe it. This is my brother.
Ready Red, Lance Satchel, Jesse, Lance, another Lance, Dak Attack, Eduardo as always, KMT as always, the Lunatic, a.k.a. Ray from Fort Worth. Uncle Charles in the building. You know Uncle Charles. Look, the lines are going to be open tonight, y'all, so get in when you can get in.
Yeah.
God tier Jimbo. Akeem, we said Michael. Is it Trials? I can't say that last name. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Of course, Sosa in the building. Shout out to the Cowboys Network. Sosa, the Uso right there. What's going on with your brother? Make sure, as you see right there, as I said his name, you go follow him on all the platforms. He's been killing it with this news. If y'all seen that later, every little news that's come out,
his graphics are ridiculous.
He's been dropping it
about his graphics
immediately.
It's sick. It's just sick. You got to get tested when you look at his graphics because it's just that sick.
He
in
did
a good way.
He did our good guy on Sports and Culture on Twitter. He did his podcast thumbnail. Shit's dope. Low key, I'm like, man, I might want to switch mine up now. I had to tell Sosa to make my podcast.
He said, "Hey man,
that Joe fresh.
You could, change that up right quick now."
Joshua Magaha, if I'm even saying that right, I always mess his up, man. Sling YT, Devin Hill, and the many, no Dak Ninja, and the many, many more that are going to be coming through in here tonight, y'all. We got a fire show lined up for y'all. Y'all ready to go?
Let's do it.
Let's get this thing popping. Now, before we get into the Cowboys news, I kind of want to go around the NFL with some news that's been popping up over the last few days. So let's kind of attack that right quick. NFC East, though. Alex Smith is back, right? Now, maybe not all the way back, but he's on the PUP list. First of all rivalry aside, Alex Smith coming back from that injury, congratulations to him. You know, big ups to him because that injury looked like it was going to be career ending, right? And the fact that he's back and he's able to actually play, he's been cleared to play, to me, kind of a quarterback controversy if he's healthy. I'm not all the way sold on Dwayne Haskins. I mean, I could be wrong. Y'all let me know, but I could be wrong. But how you feel about Alex Smith coming back for the Washington Redskins? Remember, they were 6-2 when he was healthy and playing.
If Alex Smith is healthy, he needs to start.
Yes,
that's just my opinion. I think he's the better player. I mean, it's not like he's had a terrible career. We know his problems that he had in San Francisco in the beginning, but we saw what Jim Harbaugh did to him, and ever since then, he's been doing pretty well as far as his career goes. And I think Dwayne Haskins still needs a little more maturity. I think he still needs to grow. I think he still needs to learn, and I think a good person to learn behind is Alex Smith.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Law?
I'm really going to echo what Big Game James is saying, especially with the Alex Smith. He need to be the starter and let Dwayne Haskins learn. So many people are so quick to put young quarterbacks out there. Remember back in the days, Big Game James, in the 80s and the 90s, quarterbacks normally used to sit. But I do know that due to
at least 2 years.
Yes, at least 2 years. And I do know due to the salary cap and beyond, you want to get your guy out there. But I will say this. If I'm Haskins, I'm looking at this situation like, man, we seeing what's the kid Pat Mahomes is doing.
Yeah.
And I'm quite sure that he learned a lot of those things from Alex, right?
So
I'm thinking that he would be best to learn and then gradually get himself out there so that he can just be really on fire.
That's a great. I'm sorry, I got real loud.
Are you good?
Yeah, you did. You all in the mic. He said, "That's a great." I said, "Oh wow, okay.
Wow,
You're great."
Yo, man, listen, man. We ain't like I always said, we're not ESPN, so the technicalities of these things, we still figuring them all out.
We close though.
Yeah, listen, Law be pumping me up. Law really be getting me hype. He be hyping me up, man. But listen, that's a great point though, Law. I didn't even think about that because I was going to say the last person to really sit behind a quarterback that I can remember, number 1 overall pick, was Carson Palmer. And tell me if I'm wrong, y'all, but I don't recall another number 1 overall pick sitting behind a quarterback. And I'm not saying Dwayne Haskins was the number 1 overall pick, but like you said, it just doesn't happen anymore. If you get drafted, they want you to play. Now, before it used to be because of the contracts got too high. It wasn't worth you sitting anymore. Now with the rookie scale, it technically helps out to sit a little bit and learn. But then you brought up Pat Mahomes, who sat by, ironically, Alex Smith. If I'm Washington, and Redskins fans will tell you, and maybe NFC East fans will tell you that, hey, you know, Dwayne Haskins got better as the year went on, but I just didn't see enough to be like, yo, I'm full-fledged confident in Dwayne Haskins. They could be searching for another quarterback next year if he doesn't take that next step already. And it's not far-fetched because we've seen it happen in Arizona. 1 year and done, right? So, great point with that. I do think that maybe if Alex Smith is ready, if he's not ready, then you got to roll with Dwayne Haskins because that was a crazy crazy injury.
Yeah, man. I never thought he would come back to that. I seen they had on the I don't know if it was ESPN or what I was watching where they showed his leg and how it got the infection and how that thing looked horrendous, and it was just like whoa. But just like I said, just bouncing off you two guys is that I just feel like the better player right now is still Alex Smith. He's got a good football mind, and I think he's a guy that understands that his career is not going to be that much longer. So I don't think he's the type of guy that's going to be like, oh, I'm not going to try to teach you, kid. I want this all for myself.
Right.
I think he's a guy that's going to help Dwayne Haskins, help him get better as a quarterback. So I think that'll be a good little marriage. And plus, they have a new coach. You know what I'm saying? You got a new coach coming in the system. If I was a new coach and I had a guy who's a veteran and has been vested and he's able to come back, I'm going to probably lean on that veteran, especially with this COVID going on.
Yeah. The Washington football team definitely needs to go with Alex if he is healthy. All right, now, speaking of health, right, the biggest storyline out there right now in sports and right now in the NFL was the bevy of players that have come out and opted out of the season. We will get to the person who, opted out as a Cowboy, two of them, but the one that kind of made bigger headlines was Maurice Kennedy. But around the league, I saw a Big Game James. You posted actually months ago or something. You're like, I wonder if this is going to happen. And then you reposted it that it did happen. And most people were like, I don't know if big names are going to opt out. But, man, Hightower, right tackle from the linebacker from the Patriots and the right tackle from the Patriots, Cannon. Then the starting safety from the Patriots, Patrick Chung. Then Star Lotulelei from the Bills, and a few other big names, Law Nation.
Maurice Goodwin
from the Eagles. This opt-out thing, I didn't even see Devin. See, these things keep rolling. They just keep coming in, and it's not just your Maurice Kennedy. No offense to Maurice Kennedy, but these are high-profile guys on these teams. These are starters. These are Super Bowl champions. These are very important players. So far, hasn't happened to Dallas, but this is something that I talked about with I think it was Stevie. I was like, yo, man, or Sosa. I said, yo, man, I think they need to extend the roster spots because what's to stop somebody in the middle of the season in week 3 to say, man, I'm not comfortable with what's going on. I'm going to sit out.
But here's the thing, though. They gave the players until August 3rd. I think that's what the key point is, and I think that's one of the reasons why DeMarcus Lawrence probably opted in because remember a lot of people were talking about his wife is pregnant, and so they were he was thinking. But here's the thing, you guys, that I think a lot of the reason why a lot of these high-priced veterans, in my opinion, is because if you play at least one game of the 2020 season, you get the season occurred. So if you play, let's say they play 4 games in and they cancel the season, you're not going to get paid for any of those games. But as long as you played at least one game of the 2020 season, you get a season occurred for next year. So your next year's salary, your base salary will be guaranteed for next year. And I think that's why a lot of these guys are coming in because they can say, well, at least if I get one game in, my money's going to be guaranteed for next year.
But correct me if I'm wrong. From what I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm not always right. I believe if they do opt out, they are given an accrued season, and they can keep their roster spot for 2021 going into the season. They can get cut, obviously, if there's an actual season again next year. But I think they keep their roster spot, they accrue the season, and they get one of the 2 opt-out clauses. I don't know if you read up on this law or not, but the high-risk opt-out clause is $350,000. The low-risk opt-out clause is $150,000. I don't know how many of these guys got the high risk or the low risk, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe you do get an accrued season.
Well, let me ask you this.
Well, what happens is this, just like with Maurice Kennedy. I think he made like $1 million for his contract. So what they're going to do is they're going to take that $150,000 out of his contract, and they're going to pay him with that. So the next year, when he's on the roster next year, they'll take that money so he won't get that full million that he was paid. He'll have that money that he made from last year, but that $150,000 will be taken away. Nothing will be with him will get penalized. Okay. But his salary is still not guaranteed. His salary was already set. You get what I'm saying? When he came in, signed in. We're talking about like if they were playing and then the season gets canceled, they get a full season occurs, so their money is guaranteed.
Got you. Kind of like how that veteran.
Both of you two, this right here. Then, what would you do in that situation for the undrafted guy, Stephen Gertie? I think that's how you say his name.
He gets the 150.
He doesn't get the 150.
Oh, he doesn't.
He does not get the 150 because he's undrafted and he wasn't guaranteed a spot. So what happens is they'll carry his roster spot for next year, and then it's basically like everything that happened with him opting out. He's basically going to get that season all next year to be able to try to make the team next year, but he doesn't get any money because he was undrafted. If somebody like Kennedy or somebody who was already on the roster and has already got paid, I think they're talking about right now somebody, let's say like who was a high risk player, and let's say they're undrafted and they want to do the opt out because they're high risk, so they get paid that $350,000 because they're high risk. That's what the NFL and the NFLPA are talking about right now to try to figure that out.
So Sosa says here, a voluntary opt-out is 150. Their deal rolls over to the following year in 2021. I definitely knew for sure the deals rolled over. I wasn't sure how the opt-out payout went, but this makes sense though, because if you look at the opt-outs, which there are a lot of big names too, but there are a lot of low roster names, Law and James. There's guys who are on the fringe, and honestly, it makes the most sense for them to opt out if you don't really know it. Right, you save your roster spot. You get a whole year to kind of be healthy, get stronger, get better, and you still get paid. Granted, you won't get paid a lot of money, but if you're a undrafted rookie, I mean, 150 is better than nothing. Mm-hmm. Right, 350 if you're a second, third year player like a Maurice Kennedy, is better than nothing. He was not guaranteed a spot on this team. So
I'm seeing mixed comments in there. Some people saying no, he would just get the 10,000 and he won't get the 150 by him.
Yeah, because that's what I was reading, that the guy like
undrafted guys don't get paid.
Yeah, he won't get paid that 150 because he wasn't guaranteed a roster spot already. So he doesn't get the 150 for him opting out. He just gets like his undrafted money that he was paid for, but he doesn't get the 150 because he wasn't guaranteed a roster spot anyway. Okay. They'll just carry his roster for next year and he'll try out for the team again.
Which honestly, it sucks because he won't get money, and the law's not with that. But yeah, how you feel about that, Law?
Well, I would say this: there's so many of the Tony Romos of the world, the Terrell Davises of the world, right? That basically made the team by being undrafted, fought to get onto the team, and never looked back. So by him, it's kind of like double Russian roulette. This is the best opportunity for him to make the most money in his life, or if you're healthy, you're wealthy. I understand though, but it's a gamble.
Joe Rod, it's so funny because Joe Rod, we talked about this off air. Joe Rod, he said, "How about that Taco opting out joke from earlier, bro?" If y'all don't know that joke, somebody said, "Breaking news: Taco Charlton opts out of the 2017 to 2019 season."
Oh, I didn't. And when I first seen it, I didn't know what the hell everybody was laughing at for, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Right, I had to
when
go
I
in
looked
there
at it again, I said, "Oh hell no! Why they do Taco like that,
that
man?"
Shit was good. That was some good stuff there. Let's move on a little bit, man. Okay, this was the big news over the weekend, and we'll get into this later as a segue, but obviously it's news around the league, right? And before we jump into this, man, make sure right now, on the count of 3, y'all all go and like whatever channel you're on right now, okay? We got to get these likes up. It helps the channels grow. It messes with the YouTube algorithm so they can see the late night hype. They can see our pages. So
like.
3, 1, 2, 3. Smash the like button, y'all. Smash that thing.
My kids in the class.
Yeah. Over the weekend, news broke. I was in the middle of preparing for my State of the Unit cornerback series, and news broke that Jamal Adams got traded, and immediately I'm like, okay, traded too, and then it said the Seattle Seahawks. So I kind of was like, all right, the dream's over, but we all knew, like, really that wasn't going to happen. It was more of a pipe dream. But we can't really just sit here and act like it's not a big deal right now. Now, we'll get to the compensation, but what does that do for the Seahawks? And then later on in the show, we'll talk about what that means for the Cowboys safeties. But does that catapult the Seahawks up a little bit? Because when they were going to the Super Bowls, they had dominant safety play, and they got Diggs and Adams. Boy, those are 2 really good safeties.
No Richard Sherman though. So
No Richard Sherman, but they got the young buck they drafted.
Griffin.
Griffin.
Griffin Shaquille. Yes, they got him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think another cat was nice, but does that make them better? I mean, obviously it makes them better, but does that catapult them up in the NFC? And what does that mean for Dallas? We'll talk about that later. Go ahead, Law.
As much as I love Jamal Adams, I love the way he can play within the confines of being close to the box, and then he does have some range on him. But he's no young man Earl Thomas.
No.
Earl Thomas was a brain out there. I love what he did out there as it relates to football play. So now, as far as the defense, I think that it will put them in a high stratosphere, as it relates to the other teams that they play within their conference. But I just don't know whether or not it's the Legion of Boom 2.0. I don't think it is that, because Cam Chancellor was a whole different animal, you see. But I digress.
Was he Jamal Adams? I mean, Jamal Adams ain't no slouch.
You think he's on a Cam Chancellor as it relates to hitting wise, the fear factor?
Just player, period. I think he's on Cam's level. For sure. Is Cam a better big hitter? Absolutely. But guess what? Those hits ain't even allowed no more, fam. Those hits that Cam was doing will be flagged at this moment. It's a wrap for those. Remember, Cam was drafted in what, 2010?
Yeah, but
10 years ago.
I just look at that. They just bullied people, man. They had Richard Sherman, the other kid, Brownie.
Well, let's just not talk about the secondary. They had a good front, and when you look at the Seattle Seahawks right now, to me, their front is not like it used to be. When you look at across the board, that the guys that they don't have any guys that you sit there and say, besides when they had Clowney, who is their dominant guys up front now? That's going to be huge. You got to have front line play. You can have all the secondary play you want, but if that front line is not doing anything, it doesn't matter how many Jamal Adams you got if that front line isn't putting any pressure or anything out there.
I mean, yeah, you're right. But I still do think those two guys combined make for a hell of a safety duo. And
no doubt.
And mind you, they went. I always get these confused. Yes, they went to the divisional game and barely lost, if I'm not mistaken, to the Packers. Right? The Packers converted a 4th down or something like that to win the game, or a 3rd and long to win the game. To what's the cat's name? The tight end. Oh my goodness, he left their team there. Graham, Jimmy Graham.
Tall one.
They converted a big play on 3rd down or 4th down to Jimmy Graham, and that won the game. So they were close last year without a Jamal Adams. I think, man, this puts them in the top, not the top of the NFC, but in that conversation to come out the NFC. Will they do it? It's still a whole lot they need. The running game has injuries. The offensive line is always going to have question marks. I believe they still have the same offensive coordinator. So we'll see, but compensation-wise, we couldn't make that trade, fam.
I don't think it just pushed them. I don't think that pushes them up in the upper echelon. I know they were that close from doing it last year, but them adding makes them better. But it doesn't make me think, ooh, Seattle is the team to beat now in the NFC. No, I don't feel that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far as a team to beat. Still think we got to see that. We still got ways to go because this COVID, man. I think this COVID's evening things out a little bit.
Hey, this is the thing. Just like we said, if we get
Jamal, I don't even know if there's going to be a season finishing with this COVID.
We don't know at all as far as that. But just like people were saying, if the Dallas Cowboys, get Jamal Adams, we're going straight to the Super Bowl. That's what a lot of people were saying.
That's a bit much.
The Seattle Seahawks, should the Seattle Seahawks be one of those teams where we have to say, man, we have to worry about them. Forget the 49ers.
I think we're more talented than the Seattle Seahawks, y'all. You don't think we're more talented? But here's the question. You say you add a Jamal Adams to the Dallas Cowboys, yes, but don't you think we're more talented than the Seattle Seahawks right now?
Talented where, on the offensive or the defensive side of the ball?
I mean,
just as overall.
I'm not going to act like I know up and down their roster, right? On the surface, I know their roster.
I'm
but
looking at it right now.
I mean, you could be looking at it, but you don't study their roster. Like, you might not know who their 3rd string cornerback is, but if you go study them, he might be better than our slot corner, right? You might not know who their matter of fact, their receivers, who I love our receivers, I like Metcalf, or is it Metcalf and what's the young the smaller receivers?
They're
name?
not better than our three though.
No, but the two are really damn good. I think they right up there with the 1-2.
They don't have Ezekiel Elliott.
They don't have Ezekiel Elliott.
They don't have an Ezekiel Elliott.
But they've been top in the running.
They still are good every year. They're still
and their
good.
offensive line ain't good as Dallas's.
No, but see, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing, though. If we're just straight up just talking about offensive skill players or just offense, yeah, we got them on offense. But if we go to the other side, we got many question marks on defense where they got KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner and Jamal Adams, Diggs, Griffin. They don't have many question marks over. They got all pros and Pro Bowlers. We can't say that on nowhere on our back end, and we can barely say it with the linebackers because we got injury concerns, right? And we don't believe Jalen was a Pro Bowler last year. I do like our front four compared to their front four, but if we switch to the defense side of the ball, they got us there. And then coaching, we like McCarthy. We just got to see it with McCarthy, right? We already seen it with them. They've been in 2 Super Bowls with that coach.
Yeah.
It's an interesting comparison. I didn't even think about that.
2014, that wasn't his fault when that stupid ass tight end dropped the damn ball, popped off his fingers.
What are you talking about?
In that championship game.
Oh, McCarthy.
When they did the onside kick, and when he should have won the damn game, and that damn tight end dropped the damn ball.
Man, screw that. We should have been playing in that game.
Yeah, you're right.
We should have been playing in that game. All right, man. Last bit round of news.
What?
Say again?
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say last bit round of news. Actually, is Cowboys news, man. Antoine. Oh, before I get to Antoine Woods, y'all, quick take here. Carson Wentz didn't make the top 100, and all the Eagle fans is mad.
We're filling ocean in them guys.
They sack. They so mad. I don't even care
That's
about.
why I didn't want to be in this feed today. He said I ain't gonna be in that feed today.
I think he made a video.
That top 100.
I don't even care about the top 100. I really truly don't. But I just think it's funny because trash. I saw his cheerleader Dan Orlovsky on Twitter having an entire meltdown because Carson Wentz is not on the top 100. Now last year Dak wasn't on the top 100. I laugh at the list, so I can't really act like it's a big deal. But here's the funny thing: Dak's on the list now, and people are like, forget that list.
Oh well.
That list don't mean nothing. But last year was like, see, Dak didn't make the list.
He ain't even on the top 100 from his own players in the NFL. Now he's on there like, hey, man, nobody cares about the top 100. That's the word that came out their mouth now. Nobody cares about the top 100. It don't mean nothing.
Everybody in the chat laughing at him too. Yeah, man, it's funny. It's funny because I'm laughing at the fans. The fans are having this huge meltdown because he's not on a goddamn top 100, man. That's wild. That's wild.
He shouldn't be. He don't deserve to be on it.
Yeah.
That's debatable, man.
Hey, they just said in the chat, I don't know whether or not it's accurate or not. You guys can confirm.
Okay.
They said Ezekiel Elliott was ranked number 24.
I couldn't tell you because I didn't watch a single second of that thing.
I've watched only a few of them, but they are pretty good.
I stopped
watching
a few after the first few years because it seemed to get janky a little bit. The first few years it was very interesting, right?
It got Hollywood,
and then it got real janky. But you know what I do like? I like to go find our players and just hear what other people are saying. Other players are saying about our players. That's pretty much the only reason why I like to go back and watch that stuff.
True.
Yeah.
I just like to see what the other players say about the other players.
What's
That's
that?
what I like. I feel you on that, Scott.
I think that Ezekiel Elliott is finally free from something, whatever it was, because they allowing him to give commentary over players and things like that.
I don't want Ezekiel Elliott talking. Okay?
Right.
I don't know what difficult. It is. This don't talk, Zeke. Like when you talk, I'm like, what?
Oh, yo,
yeah.
wow.
I mean, he.
I never heard him talk. I never heard him give commentary. So
I don't want him giving no more commentary.
He said Zeke must be over something because they allowed him to be on.
They did because for the first 3 or 4 years they're like no.
Zeke probably didn't want to be on that because Zeke I think Zeke has matured, believe it or not. I think he has matured some.
Listening to Zeke talk though, I just don't like listening to him talk.
I never heard him talk.
What about him or my dog Dez Bryant? Who you rather listen to if you have a conversation?
We're not doing this. We're not doing this to these brothers out here.
That's a tough one.
You're not going to do this, Law. Yeah, I can't understand Dez's lexicon.
Because I'm going to hear Dez say, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, it's a both of you.
KMT.
You know what I'm saying?
KMT, reach out to Dez again, man.
KMT been in there.
Like, wait, come on, man.
Hey, we got some breaking news a little bit. It looks like, y'all. Joey Bosa must have just got stupid paid according to the chat.
Said he got 5 years for 135.
That's quarterback money. Hold the hell up.
135.
For breaking news on the Cowboys show.
Let me look at this thing. Let me look at this thing right quick.
Yeah. We trust y'all, but we got to verify. Verify for me, man.
I had three people already said got to be real.
Yeah. I'm reading here. Joey Bosa, 5-year, 135, $102 million guaranteed, dog. And y'all don't want Dak Prescott. All right, you know what? We're not gonna get into that.
They should. They need to get that money. You feel me? But you know what? Something else I was thinking about just with this COVID thing. You know they brought this. The NFL is funny in my opinion because they got all these rules and regulations for the players. You can't go to clubs. You can't go to nightclubs. You can't go to church. You can't do this. You can't do that. But how are you going to be able to do this? And these teams are still traveling different states and going to play each other. And you're still trying to get fans in there. So everything you're telling the players not to do. And how are you going to regulate them? You got a bubble with the NBA, and they got a call line to tell on people to find out where they're at. How are they going to find these NFL players and they don't have a bubble or anything? How are they going to monitor if a player is out doing anything?
James, you're right, but save that for another stream, dog. I ain't trying to sap the whole damn stream with that damn cancel the season talk. I feel you.
I'm on the COVID.
I feel you. I know how you feel about the COVID. Trust me, I see. You definitely don't think this thing is happening. I think a lot of people don't think it's happening, but we ain't here to go on every show and say it's not happening, right? We got to talk about what we can talk about right now to keep the nation afloat. And if there is no season, then there is no season.
Keep it positive.
I mean, ain't really about just being positive. It's just like just talk about what we can talk about. If there's no season and it comes, then we'll talk about there being no season. But we can do every stream and talk about no season. You know what I mean? And it'd be accurate. It could be accurate, but I don't really want to go down that line. But hold up real quick. Joey Bosa got $78 million at signing.
Oh.
Has a quarterback ever even received that much at signing?
At one time.
At one time, he got $78 million, dog.
Good for Joey Bosa.
I know he's not a quarterback, but
Carson Wentz was like 61, I believe, at signing. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's still north of.
Okay. Hey, shout out.
But you know the top positions are like tackle, left tackle, DN, and quarterbacks.
True, but man, he just got legitimate quarterback money. Like that's a quarterback contract. Joey's a beast,
whoever
his damn agent is a monster.
We know it ain't Todd France.
Yeah, kids. You gonna tell him to play that edge rush, man. Play on the edge, man. Don't be a quarterback. Play on the edge. Man.
No, they might have to put Joey Bosa at quarterback. Shit, they ain't got no quarterback over here in Los Angeles. Hey, listen, man. Shout out to the donations. We ain't really get into them, but I've been seeing them flying them from all across the different channels. We really appreciate you guys' donations. Keep donating until we get Joey Bosa guaranteed money, please.
Yeah, please.
Nah, I'm just messing with y'all.
No, you ain't.
Well, we know who did get some money today, finally, officially. Antoine Woods, a.k.a. what they call him? Twaka. Yeah, Twan TV has finally officially signed his exclusive rights free agency. It was like this crazy not knowing what's going on. Did he sign it? Did he not? He out here working out with everybody wearing Cowboy shirts. But he ain't signed.
Everything Cowboys ain't signing.
So now he's finally signed, and we'll go ahead and segue into some Cowboys talk, y'all. But so Antoine Woods signed. He's officially back. I had posted on in the community here. To me, with him being officially back, I think this just bolsters the defensive tackle rotation even more. And I think, man, we have a pretty good DT rotation, maybe the best we've had in quite some time. How do you guys feel about it? I'll bring up the tackle rotation here. We got McCoy, Poe, Woods, Gallimore, and Hill. I like it. How you feel about that?
I like it.
Go ahead, Law.
Well, what he said for $750,000. That's what it was.
Pennies.
Somebody confirm or deny. So the guy, my thing is with Woods, yeah, he was part of the Hot Boys and part of that movement. I just want to see him play a complete year healthy, and I want to see him make some type of impact. He did for spurts, but we need to see more out of him. Maybe, just maybe, since he's not going to be the end all be all as relates to starting, and he's just going to come in as a rotational guy. Hopefully, we can see him do that. But this is my only reservation. When he played for the Titans, I believe they was a 3-4 team. Not saying that we're going to be a 3-4 team. He didn't do that well there. He only benefited when he came here and just shooting the gap or what have you. So we will see if he can anchor in, hold his weight, and make some type of penetration with his limited snaps.
I mean, my opinion with Antoine Woods, he's just a backup. I mean, no hating on him. I think he played out of his mind the year before because remember when he came into Cowboys camp, wasn't nobody even talking about him. The only reason why people even started talking about Antoine Woods because he got into that fight with Travis Frederick.
Yeah, he was.
So nobody was even talking about him. He went undrafted over the Titans. There was a reason why. He's not a starter. I mean, he's a great, I think, backup. He's a good situational player, and I think that's his best role. Now you got a Dontari Poe. Now you got a Gerald McCoy. You got Gallimore. You got Hill. Now I feel like he doesn't have those reps because I think also since he's not the biggest guy, and they hit them with them double teams because when they double team him, he struggles. And I think that wears on him. So you got to think if he's playing a lot of snaps and you don't have a lot of rotation with him, he's going to suffer. So now you got a big boy in there in Poe. Now I think you're going to see a better Woods because you're going to see him come off the bench fresh and explosive. And I think that's his best position is coming off the bench.
Yep. I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth, Big Game James. I think what we're looking at here is Antoine Woods, if he is that third guy in the rotation, being very, very productive. If you watch him and you just continue to watch him, when he plays banged up, man, he's not effective. He's not effective at all. And it's clear that he can get banged up fairly easily. So he's kind of like a Sean Lee, right? When you let Sean Lee come off the bench at this stage in his career, he's very productive. He can be a very productive player. But if you put Twan out there for too long, he can get worn down pretty easily because he's not going to beat you with immense strength. He's a short, stout guy, but he's a guy for a one tech. It's pretty damn quick. He's got like ninja-like quickness for a one tech. He doesn't have that Tristan Hill get off, right? But for a one tech, I think he's very heady. I think he plays pretty well at the point of attack, and he can make plays in the backfield at the line of scrimmage when he is engaged in the game. But if he's a starting one tech, has to play 70% of the snaps, which he doesn't anyway. He doesn't play that many percentage of the snaps. Then he can get worn down. When you go look at a guy like McCoy and Gallimore was probably going to play a little bit of one tech as well. Those guys can go.
I think Alden Smith might slide and play a little bit of one tech too.
I mean,
in different situations.
Right. Now, see, obviously Poe is that guy, right? Poe is the starting one tech. But Poe is similar in the sense of he's not going to play 60% of the snaps. Poe's going to probably play about 40. So we're going to need Poe and Antoine Woods to both remain healthy. And if they both can remain healthy, they bring different things to the game. Imagine bringing Antoine Woods off the bench behind Poe. That's really damn good.
That's really good.
That feels a lot better for him starting the whole damn game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now you got that big, got the big fat boy that can do the plug. And now when that's just a better rotation. You feel better about that because we saw in games even last year when teams really started to get after us, they started attacking that middle, and we saw Robert Quinn was not a great run defender. He was great as a pass rusher, but he was not a great run defender, and teams exploited that.
Right.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on it?
Shout out to Akeem and Lance Bell. They said the real wild card of this is Tristan Hill. We really need Tristan Hill to step it up.
Yes, we want him to do good.
Mm-hmm. And James, I think I saw your Twitter. I think I saw you on Twitter. Somebody responded and said, "Hey, why Hill is not out there? Why he's not out there working on the one-on-one?"
Yeah, Wink and
Gallimore.
That was so funny. I asked Sky. I text Sky. Said, "Hey, Sky, did you talk to Gallimore?"
Yeah, he thought
he went into that tweet and I didn't see us tag him.
Somebody got at him. Somebody got at Gallimore and he must have seen it. I don't know. It must have been retweeted by somebody he knew. And he said, "Hold up, check yourself, man." And and like we talked about this before, I think, on the previous show, where I said, "Your guy was it Brand? Who's the trainer? Who's the trainer that came on your show, John?"
Brandon Tucker.
Brandon Tucker.
Okay.
He said that, "Hey man, they wasn't feeling my man last year in that room. They wasn't feeling him. They was not feeling Tristan Hill in that room. Guess what though? The room got Gallimore, Poe, and McCoy. 3 new players. And who's the one guy that's coming out sticking up for him? Gallimore, one of the new players.
Wow.
So the room has changed. And if he can come out there and show that, hey, man, I want to be here, I want to be great, I want to be better, then Tristan Hill has the talent. We never said Tristan Hill doesn't have the talent. To me, it's always been, does he have the want to?
Right. Because he's got talent. And here's my thing. And people try to say, I had a guy hit me up and he was like, oh, big game, you said that. I said, I ain't never said that about no damn Taco. You ain't never heard me say that. I said, I think he could be a decent player. You ain't never hear me say that. But the thing is with Hill, you can't compare them to just because Taco was a bust with Dallas.
Right.
Just get his mind. Obviously, in my opinion, he got more talent than Taco Charlton. Okay, if you watch just a little bit, that first step, just like Sky said, and he's got good size, man. He tested well in his I mean, he's a good player. Yes, it's just really been the mental. So we as Cowboys fans, we should need to root for Hill. We need to root for Hill because if Hill does good, we're more solidified for the next few years, and Dallas doesn't have to go out and worry about drafting a defensive tackle. We can worry about other positions. We want Hill to succeed, folks, not fail.
But you know what it is? It's just like the Taco is forever tied to TJ Watt, and you know, Hill is going to forever be tied to
Juan Thornhill.
Juan Thornhill. You just how it's just how it's going to be. Though.
My man Swaggy said, "Hey man, Sky's showing Woods' best clips. This is true. When I put up the I'm just saying when I
ain't gonna show his terrible shit.
No. For certain film breakdowns, I do try to I did an Anthony Brown clip on my State of the Unit, and I showed a few of his bad plays so I can accentuate where I think he needed to improve. I normally
this
don't.
This ain't a solo show though, Sky.
Well, no, I use that same clip for my show. I use the same clip, but for Woods and for most of the other guys, I didn't really want to put the bad ones all in there. I just wanted to show what they can do. We know Woods isn't perfect. I hope you guys know he's not the best player, and Woods, in my opinion, shouldn't be a full-time starter. Other people believe he should. I think he's good off the bench. However, he does have some clips where he's getting owned a little bit. He has some clips that aren't great, and again, he tries to play injured far too often.
Right.
And when he plays injured, he's not as effective, not nearly.
Yeah. And I think that when he is effective, when he is, got those limited snaps, the boy's fantastic. I mean, he's amazing.
Yeah.
And if anybody want to look at some horrible tape of him, especially in the 3-4 defense,
you're good, Swag.
Just pull up that Titans all 22. If y'all ever want to, just pull up Titans all 22 and type in Woods, and you'll see what movie you're talking about. But outside of that, I love him with what 15, maybe 20 snaps a game.
Woods?
Yeah.
I think he should split with Poe.
Oh, you're gonna split it right down, and Gallimore and
I have Gallimore.
And Hill gonna split with the other kids.
Right, I have Gallimore right now as until I see Hill improve. I like Gallimore being a reserve for McCoy. Am I wrong, Nation? Do y'all like Gallimore as a reserve for McCoy, or y'all want to see him be a reserve for Poe?
I want to see him be reserved for that McCoy, because I think you can get him with some good one-on-one battles with that 3-tech, and I think he can make some moves because that sucker is hungry. Did you see that video I posted with that damn footwork? God damn!
That's why
I like him. I like him so much more coming in than I liked Hill, because Hill has super talent, but he to me, does he really want it? Is he really a hard worker? We know coming into the league that was a knock on him. Right, attitude doesn't really work hard. Not the first to show up, not the last to leave. That's not that type of guy that he is.
And he only, I didn't mean to cut you off, Scott. My bad. But I just looked at his Twitter, and I know it don't matter. I'm not saying that, but I just looked. I said, who does he follow? And he only followed one player on Dallas. That's Tony Pollard.
TP.
Yeah, the Ninja. $5 donation on somewhere over, I don't know where because I can't see with the total chat here, but $5 donation, shout out to you. He says, I love the veterans they've brought in. I'm hoping it helps with younger players' maturity and help them prioritize better. Yeah, really in the DT room, they didn't have that type of veteran. When you think about it.
No, not at all.
I think Collins, no offense to Collins, bro wasn't worried about helping nobody. He trying to get his money.
He trying to get paid.
That's why they.
And when they lost Tyrone, see,
Yeah.
here's the thing, y'all. That's why they love Tyrone Crawford. That's why we can bring him up right quick. That's why they loved him, because he was that stable locker room presence. If you ask anybody that was in the Dallas locker room, from Broadus and all those guys, they all said the same thing. Crawford held people accountable. And when they lost him and he wasn't that locker room presence, and we talked about it before. I love D-Law, but I don't know if D-Law is that leader that you sit there and say, oh, we're going to follow you. I think he's that intense guy, but he ain't the guy like a Gerald McCoy that you sit there and say, yes, let's follow this guy. Yes, let's do this. I think McCoy, that's why it was huge to me getting McCoy, because he is the locker room presence, that D-line, and if you can combine him with Tyrone Crawford, because obviously he's not going anywhere, it doesn't seem like. So you got those two guys that are locker room presence. I think it'll bring up everybody else.
Speaking of Crawford, is he on the injury reserve list?
PUP.
Yeah, somebody said him and Poe.
Him and Poe.
Poe, remember, somebody said, what's wrong with Poe? Poe, remember, got surgery. He ended the year.
Yes, surgery.
Yeah.
This is normal. That PUP is normal.
How long the PUP is? That is 6 weeks.
Well,
rule,
if
6 week rule.
Only if they start the season on PUP.
Right.
When you go into camp on PUP,
normal when
you can come. Yeah, you can come off the PUP list at any minute. Remember, Byron Jones was on the PUP list for weeks and weeks and weeks in camp. Then he finally came out of it. Yeah.
But you bet not. I bet not see him on there week 1, week 2, week 3, because I'll be I'm gonna be a different Law Nation. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be mad, James. I'm gonna be mad,
hey,
Scott.
Well, I done already told you about Crawford. I'm just being quiet now. I'm gonna just say good things about Crawford.
Oh, you saying you're gonna be mad about Crawford being on the list or Poe? Both.
I think it's more so going to be on Crawford because of the situation.
I mean, if Crawford
could have money, you know.
Shit, hell no. I want some Poe. I don't want to see Poe on that damn list. They just got your ass.
Well, I don't want to see neither.
I don't want to see Poe on that.
I don't want to see neither.
Poe on it, but if I see Crawford on that thing, I'll be looking at it like, hey, wait a minute, that's like $8 million just sitting on the side.
Oh, I agree with you on that one. I definitely agree with you on that. Hey, y'all, we got the phone lines open tonight, man. 701-802-5083.
He came in at 24.
Access code 2339757. We had, I think it was Steven. Steven said, Tristan Hill's only 21, right? Got to give him more years. Yeah,
really?
He's 21? A baby. Yeah, he came in at like 20 or 21 last year. He's a baby. So it makes sense that he's immature, right? But in the NFL, we ain't got time to baby you. If Tristan Hill does not show some type of improvement this year, I think Mike McCarthy going to be looking to move on, or at least Mike Nolan. They ain't draft him.
Right. There's no sponsors in the house, right?
No sponsors.
Sponsorship.
No sponsors, brother. All right, look, I wanted to touch on this because I really didn't dive into it on mine. I didn't really see you guys dive into it too much, so I felt like today. Hold on. Somebody said access code on the screen says 5339757, but you said verbally 2339757. My bad. The access code is 5339757. That is the access code. On the screen, it is right. So if I said that wrong, my bad.
Check.
I saw. I mean, I love numbers. So 53. Who's 53 on our team? You anybody
Dude,
know?
I have no clue.
Who 39?
Marsh
I know who's
Lillard.
75.
Marsh Lillard.
Yeah, see my boy James. All right, who 39?
Westry.
Brandon Carr.
Who's 75? I seen 75 look little on him, didn't it?
75, I think.
Gallimore.
Used
yeah,
to be.
It looked little on him, man. I
he was 76.
Early. I don't know who number 7, so.
I don't think we have a
Zanucci.
Damn.
Zanucci is 7?
You know these jersey numbers.
57 is what? Who's 57?
I think it's 57 is.
That's Gifford.
Gifford.
I know that one because I did the little thing. I know that one.
All right. I know
that used to be Wilson.
Right?
I know that one for sure.
I love numbers, man.
Hey, listen.
I be on them numbers, dog.
So the trade that went down this weekend was with Jamal Adams, and we talked about what it meant for the Seahawks and for the NFC. We didn't really touch on what it meant for the Cowboys. So there is no Jamal Adams anymore, right? That's out the window. But we still have guys here that we just can't ignore because we talked about this on the show before. We said, hey, can we win with the safeties that we have on the team? And here I posted the safety depth chart. Xavier Woods, Clinton Dix, Darian Thompson, and Donovan Wilson. It's not the greatest collection of safeties, But do you think these guys are enough to get it done? And because of the Jamal Adams trade not happening, right? Does this give Donovan Wilson a legitimate shot at real playing time? Go ahead, Big Game James. That's your guy.
I would like to think so. I mean, first of all, I know it's just workout videos, but that damn, he's been looking good in them workout videos, and Donovan Wilson to me has been a guy since they drafted him that he's always been a guy that he puts in work. He puts in work. He's not a guy that sits by and just says rest on in his laurels. I think he's a guy that they need to give him a shot, and it does help him because if you added a Jamal Adams, that adds one more safety into the room, and then obviously you had Ha Diggs, you had Woods, you still had Cheeto, where I still think they're going to do some kind of safety stuff with him. So I think that would have hurt him because that's one more safety in the room. That's a guaranteed spot that you're not. So by him not being there, I think that helps him with some good development, give him some chance because we know it's probably going to start out with Woods and Dix as your starting two safeties. But beyond that, all they have is what, Thompson behind that. You have what, possibly Cheeto, who hasn't played the position since college and hasn't played it in the pros. You got free agents who it's going to be hard for them to make it because you don't see them. So, yes, this gives him the best chance to be able to show his worth. And just like I was Philip Tanner, who was on our show, he said all these rookies and second-year guys need to take every practice snap like they're playing in the game because that's what this situation is right now for them.
Yeah, wasn't that your guy, the running back? Had him on the dang show. Philip Tanner. Didn't Tanner say that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. How you feel about what's going on in the safety position right now with no Jamal Adams, Law?
I think that with the Clinton Dix, he's probably the most experienced guy, right? Mm-hmm. And then we look at the fact that across the board, the numbers that you had, the best tackler out of all of those trough of guys, I guess, will be Thompson. I think he tackles the best, but he's not the best aimer. The best guy that's in coverage is number 37, will be him. And the guy just being in the middle of everything is, of course, Woods. Wait, my thing is, when we look at everything and we try to, I guess, cross-reference everything as relates to talent-wise, who can really step up, it would probably be the guy that we see on the picture there. the guy right there, Wilson. So what can we do as relates to strong safety? Who's going to play down in the box more? It have to be Woods. I like Darian Thompson, but I just not really sold in on him because he just give up too many big plays.
So you don't think Clinton Dix is the best cover safety? You think Donovan Wilson is?
I think that Donovan Wilson got the most range, but I think that has the most experience.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That still answers my question. It still answers my question. I got to know. I still got to know if you think Donovan Wilson.
Roll with me like this. Roll with me like this. I don't want to go out and just say Wilson because he's unproven is a better cover more coverage as it relates to it, I guess, versus Clinton Dix. But well, hell yeah. I'm keeping my reservations on Clinton Dix because I have to see him with the silver and blue on. I have to see him like that. But as far as like playing the person deep down in the back of the field, the deeper thirds or what have you, yes, you can just say, hey, keep Clinton Dix back there. But I would rather see the growth factor of Donovan Wilson out there, believe it or not.
I would too. But if I'm trying to win, I got to see it first with Wilson. Until I see it, I know a lot of people have their reservations on but I think as a cover safety, and I'm always say this, is our best cover safety on the team. He may not be the most athletic. Maybe Donovan is more better sideline to sideline, but where Donovan does not best him is IQ. Will beat you with his experience. Will beat you with his IQ. He can beat you to the ball not because he's faster, because he knows where it's going. He has career 15 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. And I hate to say this because this is how pathetic, right? Clinton Dix at this stage in his career is a solid starter. He's probably our best free safety we've had in the last half decade. Think about that for a second. Think about it. No offense to Xavier Woods, but I just don't think Xavier Woods is that good as a cover safety right now. I got to see more of it. I think he's solid. I think Xavier is solid, but let's be real. Has had a better career. Even Ha's first 4 years. This is going on Xavier years.
He
4
was
years.
he was nasty at Green Bay. His first few years, he was nasty.
Right. So,
And what his thing was his coverage more than anything else. It was never it was tackling. That's the reason why they drafted him, was because of his range and how he could basically pick that ball out the air. And that's why he's pretty much went through the league, and that's why he's pretty much been a high commodity, because of his range. It hasn't been his tackling, it's been his range.
Yeah.
What can we do with Woods though? Can we just play him at that spot down deep inside? Can we do that?
I want to see them throw some Cheeto out there. I'm really wanting them to try to do that, really, because what we all been talking about, Sky, you've been talking about as well. You've been talking about how you really think Daryl Worley will be the starter. And Trevin Diggs, I know he's a rookie, but they're really pushing him. We're hearing high things about Robinson, although we probably don't think he's ready because of what's going on. But at the end of the day, I really think they should really try this Cheeto thing, man, at this safety, and try to work it in as much as they can, because I think that could really be his spot. And maybe that's another reason, not saying that this was the main or anything like that, but maybe Stephen Jones was looking there and saying, hey, we got Woods, who's still a safety. We got Ha Dix, who's a veteran, and he's played with McCarthy. We got a young Donovan Wilson. We could possibly slide Cheeto over there. He's still got talent. We still want to evaluate. So maybe that's why he didn't say, well, hey, here's my offer. You don't like this offer, then we're good, because I got some guys still over here.
I mean, didn't we hear Will McClay literally throw Cheeto's name out there? That's the reason why I went even further with the Cheeto thing and then Daryl Worley possibly starting, because we, even before the season, dating back to last season, James, we talked about moving Cheeto to safety. And then when we signed Worley, when we drafted the young guys, matter of fact, and they came out and said, hey, man, we got some corners we think we can play safety, one in particular, Cheetah Bear Woozier. I'm like, oh, okay. So if they're really trying to move him back there, I could see where Worley could be the starter. And we'll get to the corners here in a second. But what to do with Woods? I mean, at this point, he has to be your box. I don't want to put Ha down there. He might be even a worse tackler than Xavier Woods. He's not a big hitter. At least Xavier Woods is a missile. He's just a missile when he's coming forward. We talked about this before. Xavier Woods, when you make him think in open space, looks like, ole, where they put the little red thing out, ole, and then he misses. That's Xavier Woods, man. He's just putting his head down and he's just dodging. But when he's coming downhill, boy, he's a missile. But you almost have no choice but to play Woods at strong. However, I'm going to keep saying this until we see some footage of practice, or until we hear something from the coaches. It feels like to me, these guys are going to play more cover safety than they're going to play in the box. It just does. It feels like to me, maybe they'll have them guys moving all over the place, blitzing more, right? It just feels that way to me. So that's how I feel about Xavier Woods. I think they're going to play him more back a little bit. They're going to use him, interchange him and Ha. We think typical strong safety, but we may not have a typical strong safety on this team, like as the designated strong safety. They just might be strong safety, if that makes sense.
Well, let me ask you this then, Sky. And I could get a lot of hate mail from this, but size-wise, they pretty much in the same wheelhouse. How far apart is Xavier Woods and a Honey Badger? How far apart are they?
What?
Size-wise, or you mean talent?
Not just size-wise. I'm just talent alone. How far apart are they? Is it light years?
This far.
hey, Sky. You
can't even
know
see
how
it.
you just did that, Sky?
You
That's
can't
when
even see it.
When I was little, when my son was little, and I used to ask him how much you love me, he said that much. That lets you know, right there. Okay, Law, that lets you know. Infinity times better than some goddamn Woods, man. You had some Hennessy today.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what the world to do with Xavier Woods, because if we have this,
Dallas don't know what to do with him now.
Dallas don't know what to do with him, but I'm like, look, it's time to probably roll out the Worleys to be the box safety. It's probably time to roll out the Cheeto to be the box safety.
I want to see Cheeto, but Solomon said, and this may play to what you're saying. Solomon said, you don't think the coaching got something to do with the defensive backs play in the last few years? Let's just tie it to Xavier Woods. Does that have anything to do with Xavier though? I think the cornerbacks, yes, 100%. Safeties, a little bit, because they're the last line defense. It doesn't seem like they're asking Xavier Woods to be Earl Thomas. Earl probably had Joker rules, right? Star rules. Like you can do whatever you want back there. Mm-hmm. His IQ is so high, probably one of the smartest safeties ever to play this game, where he can see something, diagnose it, and go off schedule. We saw Xavier Woods try to do that. In fact, we heard Xavier Woods try to do that, and he did not succeed. So, I don't know if coaching is going to change that. Maybe coaching can put him in better positions to be better, but is coaching going to help him become a better tackler?
And a better guy that can catch the damn ball, because you dropped at least 3 picks.
Dude.
Oh, my God.
We probably wouldn't even be talking this.
Oh, he got
crap
one right
on
there. That's a good highlight.
No. On the same highlight reel, he dropped one. I mean, he dropped one when Byron Jones tipped it in the air for him.
I remember vividly off the top of my head.
And that damn Washington game, it smacked him damn in his hand.
I remember 3 off the top of my head. Washington, Buffalo, and the Eagles. The Eagles was the big one, because that's the one that could have changed the whole thing around. Real quick, we got a couple callers on the line. Let's get them in here, man. 903, you are on the line. The Cowboys Nation hotline powered by the Cowboys Network. What's up, 903?
What's up, guys?
Oh, is this
Miss Jessica?
It's Jessica.
What's up?
What's up, lady?
Hey, I got in the wrong one. It was some other group, some more guys, and a lady, a chick. I thought it was you guys I was clicking on, and I'm like, oh my God, I almost missed y'all. But anyway, I'm glad to hear the news about Antoine Woods, because I've been wondering about what is with my big dog, number 99. But you know what, guys, we got so much talent on this team. Jason Garrett didn't know what to do with them boys. Y'all know this.
Yeah, we know.
He's the reason why we lost our something. I really feel like he wanted them boys to go down because he knew he was leaving and he didn't want Dak to succeed. It's a lot of people don't want to see Dak succeed. But I'm telling you, it's coming, y'all. I know it's coming. I see that. I told y'all I've seen this many years ago now. When we lost and I was crying, and I promise you, it's like God, like, shut up, girl. Just crying for it. I saw this in the vision.
Thank you, AK.
And I know it's coming to pass. My visions don't never fail us, guys. You told me, Big James, and it ain't this year, it ain't this year. I said, Big James, I saw it. But we got new coaching staff, people that know how to play, a dude that done been to the Super Bowl and know what it takes to get there. I'm really looking for this man to come in and utilize our talent on our team and let these boys play like none other. Because these boys got talent, man. And I really believe they was burnt out with carrot top, like I was. Like a lot of us fans really was fed up with this man. But, guys, I'm looking for our boys to ball out. I'm looking for Dak to blow a lot of folks' mind along with the team, man. I know it's going to take everybody, man. This football, it takes everybody.
That's right.
Like when I was a kid, I went into all the different types of players and all that. I just knew I wanted to play football and tackle. And defense was my thing. And I would tackle them boys and light them up. And yes, guys, I was 28 when I got on what's the name? I said I was 18, but I had to calculate it out. But anyway.
Hold on. Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm going to be 43 in the Lord's latest name on my birthday. But it hurt me, though, guys, when they lied on me and they took all my... I was able to talk to the guys, man. And it hurts me that I can't talk to them now or say a prayer with them and encourage them like I did. But, you know, it's okay. I got a chance to meet Zeke and a few others. And I'm looking forward to a good season, man. And I'm praying that nobody gets sick, y'all. This virus is real. Like I said, when my sister called me and after I had got through talking to my cousin, man, it hurt me because we always play like she would say she the little sister and I'm the big sister when she was older than me. I said, how can I be the big sister and you the little sister? But when my sister called me and I had got work, she was blowing up my phone because my sister don't talk to you like she should. But, you know, I'm not worried about that. I'm above that. I just keep praying for them that God change this thing around. But, y'all, this virus is real, and I pray that none of our players get it again or anybody get it that didn't have it, you know.
Yeah. To
lose somebody and she was found dead, nobody knew she had it. She didn't know she had it. She thought she was just having a heart attack or something because she had heart problems. But y'all, the reason why I'm stressing it so much is because I don't want to see nobody die.
I'm sorry to hear that,
losing more family members, because to see her kids, her 2 sons, take it hard as they did and couldn't hardly breathe because they was holding it in, and I had to sit down and come and talk to them and tell him to let it out, and he can do it until he got up to go see his mama for the last time. That hurts, man. And that's why I say I pray that nobody gets this stuff, because this stuff is real.
Yeah, my condolences, Jess. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. I
ain't trying to take up our time. There was other people on there, but I just want to get that out there. And y'all, I love y'all guys, and I'm glad to be able to be on the show and be able to get in and say something. But all this talking about Dak leaving and stuff, these people need to stop lying. That man ain't said nothing about leaving our team. The man said he want to be a Cowboy, and he want to be there.
Indeed.
Jason and them just need to go on and get this done so we can go on and play ball. Y'all have a good night, and I'm ready to go back and look at the show and see what else somebody else said.
Thank you as always, Jess.
Love you, Jessica.
Love you, man.
Oh, yeah, guys.
One man. Oh, man.
Call from Jessica.
Yes, it is. Once again, man,
real.
condolences.
She's super real. Like I said, she's been there since I started Silver and Blue Nation 3 years ago. She's been there. And one thing I can definitely tell you about Jessica, one thing I just really love about her, when you hear about a supporter, she supports, and she will fight you tooth and nail about them Cowboys. You know how you think you a super fan back in the day. You remember how you thought I'm a super fan. Then I meet some other people. I'm like, nah, they got me.
No, I feel you, because I feel like I'm a super fan, but in the sense of like I'm just engaged.
Right.
I'm every single thing about the Cowboys. I'm there. But then you got the super fans. You go over their crib. Now I have a man cave and stuff. But you go over their crib, like, oh, you a super fan.
No, like you a real fan.
You a fanatic.
Yes,
You fanatical.
Fan. You a fan.
Fan.
Let's get 757 in here. 757, you are on the line. Welcome to the show. What's up?
Man, what's going on with you?
Not much, man. What's up?
Not much, man. First time caller. This is Dak Attack.
Dak Attack. Hey, listen. Welcome to the show, live on air. We see you all the time in the chats.
Yes.
Appreciate you, man. Like I said, I always appreciate the people who are always commenting. Then they come in on the call. It's the first time you hear them, man. So what's up, man? Welcome.
For sure. I just want to start it off, man. Give y'all flowers. Law, Sky, big games, man. Y'all keep spitting this heat, man. Y'all doing your thing out here.
Thank you, man. Salute.
Hey, thank you. We're very appreciative.
Before I got 3 things I want to touch on with y'all, just get some clarification and whatnot. And before I do that, I just want to shout out one more person. Uncle Charles, man, you keep kicking us that wisdom, man. Keep it coming.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, first thing first. I don't understand how everybody keeps saying this Cowboys is at the fault why Dak's not being signed. If I'm not mistaken, we put a pretty fair contract on the table for this man. Yes, it's not the best dollar value we probably could afford, but offering this man the second highest paid at his position, and he's not even playing the second best at his position, how can you turn that down?
You want to go ahead, Law?
Oh, well, I was just saying that the collective money wasn't the guaranteed dollar value of what his other contemporaries were getting. So I think that's what that was the hold up there. But you can go ahead, James and Sky.
I mean, just to bounce off that right quick, I just think that was the biggest thing too, is that, you can throw out those big numbers out, but we need to see all the guarantees, because there's a lot of contracts that get big numbers thrown out, but it's them guaranteed, it's them years. People don't see the small print. Everybody says when you sign anything, read the small print, right? Because if you don't read that small print, it can get you. So I think it's a situation where, in my opinion, I just feel like, you know what, they just took a little too long. And for Stephen Jones, and we had Patrick Walker show saying, oh, well, he picked up the phone and he tried to do it like he did with D-Law and make deals like that. No, you shouldn't do your prime-time quarterback who's done everything he needed to do, and you got these other guys that are around him, and you said you weren't setting trends for them, and you did. So there's no excuse of why you didn't sign Dak.
And now just quick, keep it simple. He's not getting paid the second most. It's less than Goff. It's less than Wentz. It's less than percentage-wise Ryan Tannehill. But I will agree with you. To us, obviously, man, that contract is shit. I'd take that. I wouldn't even think twice about that contract. Even if I was in this situation, I probably wouldn't think twice. But you gotta understand, he has representation that if he takes that, I'm not going to say it's suicide in the sense of like, client suicide. But if he takes a deal at this stage in the career for a quarterback like Dak, if he takes a deal that doesn't at least meet the market guaranteed wise, why would I, as a quarterback, want to go sign with Todd France? That's all I can tell you about that one there. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I just feel like he's thinking ahead. I think he's scared to put his name down on this line and then turn around and see Watson turn around and collect $5 to $10 million more than he is per year.
Todd France probably.
Knowing that he's better than Watson.
Well, I mean, honestly, as a quarterback, you can't think like that too much, though, right, y'all? I mean, as I say, as a representation,
you can't. You're right. You can't. But I just feel like that's where him and his agent is at with it. They don't want to sign this paper and then go ahead and watch this man collect more than he is, and he ain't playing on Dak's level.
So, but Dak attack.
That's going to happen with every
exactly.
So
in that sense, then they should never sign a contract because the next quarterback up is going to set the market or hit market value. If you think about it, I mean, we've seen it with guys like Jimmy Garoppolo. He got paid.
I felt like if Watson got signed, Dak would have been right behind him. Dak would have signed that.
But why would Watson?
That's how I felt.
Why would Watson sign right now, though?
Watson want that 2-year contract, right? Or 3-year contract.
And that's why Dak is this one. And why is he gonna sign right now when he knows he's playing better than that man? He want to see what that man's gonna get paid, and then he's gonna collect higher than that.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you really talk about it, it's not it's a lot of these teams base it on potential because I don't know where Jimmy Garoppolo did some crazy stuff in 7 games to make you think to pay him $28 million a year.
There's not that many quarterbacks out here that's on Dak's caliber. I mean, he's easily top 7 quarterback.
You ain't gonna find an argument out of me. Now you gonna get some people in the chat. You about to fire up.
He's 20.
Nah, I ain't worried about the chat. That's why they talk about us. Yeah. My biggest philosophy is winners worry about winning, and the losers gonna worry about the winners. So
that's what he said too. Remember? My man.
Second thing I wanted to hit on.
Yep.
I follow Philly 500 a lot too, so I had a chance to ask him some questions in his chat. But he seems to believe that CeeDee Lamb and Diggs aren't going to be firing on all cylinders come start of the season. And I disagree because. What?
Does he believe Jalen Reagor is going to fire on all cylinders?
I don't even know. I don't pay attention.
Yeah, he does. Probably does.
Okay, but go ahead.
But my rebuttal to it is I just can't get on board with that because Alabama and Oklahoma have previous NFL coaches, and they coach these boys in the NFL already. So I believe that them 2 specific players, CeeDee Lamb and Diggs, will easily be able to translate to the NFL.
I mean, that's listen. I'm gonna let y'all go.
I'm a little nervous about Diggs. I think CeeDee Lamb is going to be easier to transition because receivers going to the NFL from college is easier to transition from a cornerback to the NFL. So I would say if you're talking between them 2, I would go with CeeDee Lamb. I think you're going to need to see more development from Diggs, but I definitely feel he can get there because I love his potential.
Yeah, I talked about this before. What makes me nervous about Diggs is that without the COVID, I feel like he needed to have a preseason or he needed to have camp. But here's the thing. I don't think it's going to take Diggs that long. That's why we talk about it before. I think Worley should be the starter out the gate unless Diggs shows he just kills it, right? If Diggs comes out in camp and kills it, then start him. As for CeeDee Lamb, I'm just going to say these few names here, and this is the reason why he's going to ball out the gate. Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, Blake Jarwin, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy. There's entirely too many other things to worry about than the rookie wide receiver on this offense. Okay? So go ahead. If you want to go ahead and double and bracket CeeDee Lamb, good luck with Cooper and Gallup and Jarwin beating you down the field. If you want to go ahead and double Cooper, which you're going to have to, or put your attention to Zeke, which you're going to have to, or Jarwin and all these other guys, CeeDee Lamb's going to get his. Now, getting his doesn't mean he's going to have 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. A solid season, a good season for him, 780, and 5 touchdowns. Nobody should be mad at that because there's so many other weapons on this team. Go ahead, Law.
No. I'm just thinking that we just need to let this football thing go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that will remove all doubt. I just think that with this new coaching staff and the way Dak Prescott always positive, of course, and the way everybody's just trying to create this new alleyway as it relates to like team unity, I just think that this season just needs to start, and I can't wait to see it.
Indeed.
I'm with you, man. I agree. Like I said, out of the two, my biggest worries was Diggs, but I think with Al Harris and this coaching staff, man, it's not going to be that big of a challenge for them to get this kid ready. And I fully agree with you, Scott. I don't see Worley not starting. Everywhere he's been, he came out the gate. He started. He was ready. So I just don't see us not starting Worley. So if somebody can beat him out and do it, so be it. But as far as I see it, I'm thinking it's going to be probably either J-Lou and Worley out the gate, or either Chidobe and Worley out the gate. But soon they're going to get Diggs in there. I'm hoping by week 3.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Hey, appreciate your call, Dak Attack. Call in some more, man.
Some rotations in there.
Yes,
I think we'll get some more. I got one more thing before I go head on out here.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna need big game James to hit us with that Josh Normal one time.
Josh Normal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Salute, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, I love that Josh Normal. Shout out to my guy Colin, man. When Colin come in, he come in fired on all cylinders, man. He did the $14.99 donation. He said, "How y'all been, man? We've been good, man. We've been safe. My man Big Game James been bulking up.
Trying to. Gotta get ready for Vach.
Law Nation.
Ready for
Law Nation's beard's been bulking up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that beard is funky beard. Like, that beard is super thick, Law. I'm looking at it today like, God damn, Law.
Just had a beautiful baby girl. And your boy Skywalker is trying to get in the gym and get his traps going. I'm trying to.
Skywalker showing his love to his sons. I seen them new profiles.
You see the pictures?
Cover photos. Oh, that's so good.
And them my boys, man. I'm gonna get them on the show one day.
That's some real shit. That when I seen your pictures of your boys, I had to hit mine like, hey, I love y'all.
That's what we need.
I mean, that's what it makes me do.
Fathers need to do that more because, I mean, I ain't got to tell you, you got a military dad, but, growing up back in the day, it wasn't about that. You know, like our fathers and fathers, it was, hey, man, be tough, don't, I mean, my mind, they barely even said I love you, right? But we need to change the narrative. Definitely us. Yes. You know what I mean? Yes. We need to change the narrative, fam.
Hey, Sky.
Yo.
You should see a number on hold is 901, and that's
VIP.
Computer. So that's computer. So from 3-6 Mafia. So I just want to
he gonna talk for 20 minutes
on the front end.
You better cut him off. He gonna have all kind of conspiracy theories.
Did y'all see? I had to cut Tyson. Y'all see? I had to cut Tyson off the other night. He called. I had to cut him off, man.
He kept going.
Yeah. I had to, because the boss had to get his in. I said, I gotta mute you, Tyson. I gotta mute you. So I ain't afraid of the mute button. But
it's my dog, man. You know how it goes.
I love some computer, but he goes.
Collins said, congratulations on the baby, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. She's 14 pounds now.
So you said 901. Damn. 14 pounds?
For real?
Yeah, 14 pounds. It's a healthy baby.
That's a healthy baby, man.
Super healthy. And you got them beautiful names.
Oh yeah, London Thomas, man. She's gonna be the
next LT.
Nation over here. LT.
All right, I'm gonna get 901 in here. I've never heard from him or what have you. Y'all have. So y'all tell me when it's time to hit the button. Hey, 901. What's up?
What's up, y'all? What's up? This your boy Computer.
What's up, Computer?
What's up, man?
Yes, indeed. What's
I
up,
love
fam?
y'all. Y'all know I listen to y'all and watch y'all. Well, Law tell you I watch y'all every night. My little brother does too. His name is Phil. He watches and listens every night. And Paul actually done watched a couple episodes too from 3-6 Mafia. DJ
what?
Paul.
What? Wow.
For real?
Is he a Cowboy?
Yeah.
Is he a Cowboy fan?
I ain't lying. Yeah, he's a huge Cowboy fan. Sweet. And he's gonna he said he's gonna come on the show sometime too.
He
so
need to.
He asked me to hit him up. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, and we gotta
you gotta make that happen, Computer.
Too. Oh, it's no problem. I
love DJ Paul.
Come on.
Wow.
Yep.
DJ Paul Wall. You know,
I love 3-6. Dog, you got to make that happen, computer. Like, I'm
I
holding you
got
to
you. Got
that.
my word.
Okay.
You got my word. I got him and a couple more surprises too. We're gonna get on.
I'm bringing Juicy J.
We got actually a
Project
Southern
Pat.
Soul artist gonna come on, but he's a Saints fan. But I want y'all to get him in check because me and him fight all the time. So his name is T1. Yeah, he's big too, but yeah, he crazy about them Saints. Them Saints fans, I get into it with them all the time. Them the Steelers fans. Because Memphis, if a lot of people don't know, there's more Cowboy fans in the city of Memphis anywhere in the whole United States. Actually, women ride around. It's actually women in Memphis ride around with Cowboy flags on their car in Memphis.
I believe it. Because TP down there,
like,
Tony Pollard from your area.
Oh, yeah, he there. I know him. He's friends with me and his cousin's best friend, dude named Barbecue. When they were talking about the barbecue, that's how I call him the barbecue.
Hold on, his name is Barbecue.
Because Tony Pollard owns a barbecue joint down there.
I thought
they own a bunch of barbecues in Memphis called Pollard's Barbecue. Then they got one called A&R. That's the main one. They got like 3 locations of those and 3 locations of the other. They got like 7 or 8 of them in total.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but back to the Cowboys. Y'all be really making me upset when I be listening to y'all. Y'all be on the Cowboys like they tried to do Dak wrong. From my inside source, which I heard, that they had already agreed to a contract before last season started. After they got that done with Zeke, they contacted Dak, told Dak they want to make sure they got him taken care of before they did anything with Zeke. And it was said in word, I guess handshake or whatever you want to say, it was agreed they're going to be a contract. But Dak's new agent kind of dragged the feet, and after Dak had a couple of good games at the first of the year, he upped the ante. Then he said he didn't want to negotiate in the middle of the season, and Jerry was hurt by that.
I think that's true though.
Then they went on, and then when they came on in now, they tried it a couple more times, and it ain't really Dak as his agent because Dak had left them other guys. I had a friend of mine, I won't mention his name, but he worked for both of the agents. And he gave me some insight on it. He said Dak left him for that new guy, and that guy just trying to make a name for himself off Dak because he felt like he's going to be able to buck the Cowboys. But Steven is doing more of the negotiating, so it wasn't able to go down like that. And so then, then it put Dak in a bad position. But then I know both of y'all have been upset with Jerry about him getting rid of Jimmy Johnson. I've heard all 3 of y'all say it. I feel the exact same way. So y'all trust what Jimmy said, don't it? Jimmy said it was best. You can go watch the interview that he had on Collins show. He said it was best for them to wait on Dak. He said Dak is a great player off the field. He's a great teammate, but he's a good football player. And Jimmy said you do not pay good football players. And that's what Jimmy said. So, and Jimmy is our main guy.
Well, computer, they wanted to pay him though, right? Anyway, they
wanted to pay him.
Yeah,
they wanted to pay him, but his agent was asking for more.
I believe that.
His agent felt, a lot of people use the Cowboys to get on. It's just like right now, it's just like Dak getting to be 46 in that top 100. I think the only reason why Dak got put back in the top 100 for the same reason they took him out. They were jealous of him when he got rated so high his first season, so they turned against him. And then when they thought Jerry done something to him, they got back on his side. You can see from the way they hated Romo. They hated Dez Bryant. But as soon as he left the Cowboys, everybody loves him. People just use us to get on, to make themselves look big and to make money, and then we left fighting amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
And then another thing, Michael Irvin was on that interview on Darren Wilson show. Y'all watched that when y'all get I know y'all seen. I seen this when y'all had Darren on there. But Michael Irvin threw the chair when he threw that chair or whatever. When he threw it out the room, he was throwing it at the media. He said he blamed the media for getting between Jimmy and Jerry. He said it didn't have nothing to do with nobody else. It was the media that got between him that put him in that garbage situation. And they doing the same thing now with our team now. It's like them bad-mouthing Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is a great coach. He's going to take us to another level. Just like y'all taking the Cowboys, the way y'all cover the Cowboys, y'all taking that to another level. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to be on SportsCenter or Fox or somewhere, have y'all own show. I tell all that all the time. And y'all going to get there, too. Y'all just keep faith in God, and I feel like y'all going to get there. Y'all going to get y'all own show.
Man, I appreciate that.
I'm behind y'all 100%. Like I told Law, if y'all need any graphics, anything like that, it's on the house.
Appreciate it, man.
Get with us.
Maybe I can get you to talk Paul and making y'all a pocket song so y'all can put on the player for the show. Come on.
Hell yes. Bring Project Pat, Juicy J, all them dogs. I worship some 3-6 Mafia.
Pat is a Steelers fan, and Juicy like the 49ers.
All teams that hate us.
We played both of them. We played both of them this year. Ain't that something, huh? Huh, James? We played both of them this year. Don't we play the Steelers, the Swillers?
Yep.
Don't we play those 41ers?
In Dallas. Yep.
In Dallas.
And I think we played the Niners week like 14 or something like that.
And then y'all as Cowboy fans, my whole point is I love Dak. I'm a Mississippi State fan. I've covered Dak a long time. But I kind of came to the reality in the past couple of years because I get blinded by the Cowboys, And when we was beating everybody, we had monsters. Like Michael Irvin was talking, and Darren was talking about how they practice and how they were and how they swagger was and how they were. That's how we was able to win and dominate. You know what I'm saying? Even Troy was hard on them guys, man. Troy was cussing them folks out. But Troy was great. I think Romo messed himself up by playing golf too much and partying in Hollywood in the first part of his career and cost himself from being the player that he could have been. By the time he wanted to be the player he wanted to be, it was too late. And, so when we made some mistakes over the years, the coaches said, like, we never should have got rid of Jimmy. We probably would have had 10 Super Bowls because that's the only reason why New England won because Belichick, when he didn't start winning Super Bowls, he started going out and hanging out with Jimmy in Miami in the summer. After them first couple of summers, him hanging out with Jimmy, then he started winning. Because Jimmy gave him the playbook. Jimmy couldn't put it together in Miami because he didn't have he didn't have a support system.
We should have a computer on when Darren was on this damn show. They'd have been going back and forth with these stories. I seen Darren in Las Vegas coming out of the Palms. And I just got down on my knees and started praising like he was like he was King Tut or something. He's like, man, get up, man. What are you doing? I said, man, we ain't had a safety since you left, man. You should have saw me after I got off the phone with him. I was floored, fam. Floored.
Yeah, he's literally my favorite player. And it's such a bias that he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, man, it's ridiculous.
Maybe that's something that we could do. We could start together and put up some kind of thing together, a campaign, because he needs to be in the Hall of Fame, man. Just like that dude from Chicago said about, that's who he parodied himself on. What's the guy, the linebacker?
Urlacher.
Yeah, he said that's who he patterned his game after was Darren.
Because he was a safety at New Mexico, yeah. Well, all right, computer, we're going
good stuff, man.
We're going to get some other ones
cool,
up
I'm going to let
there,
y'all go, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Let me talk and stuff. Like I said, man, I love y'all show, man. Good luck on everything. And try not to be so hard on Jerry, man, and the Cowboys, man. They're in a bad position, being the Cowboys because everybody hate them and they have to deal with so much other stuff that other people don't have to do with. And we need a unified team for this season, man, because we might be able to sneak and get one,
Indeed, brother. We keep it real. That's all we're going to do is keep it real.
Appreciate you, computer, man.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Bye. Well, you wasn't lying, but it was a good call.
It was a good call, man. Computer, man.
Listen,
please get that Mafia on here. Mafia.
Yeah, man, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. I'm working on trying to get Shady on the show because he talked about Zeke. So, or reached out to him, trying to get him on here to rap about Zeke at some point again. But he actually made a point that we talked about early in the late night hypes before. Never really brought it up that much. Maybe on one of our own shows. But yeah, man, the reports, and I think Mike Fisher reported this as well, and then other people were reporting it. There was an offer on the table. I didn't know that it was kind of behind the scenes handshake agreement type thing, but just not signed on the dotted line. But after those 3 games, see, that's the risk that you take, letting Dak play and trying to negotiate in the middle of a season. You don't normally see that. I think Tony might have got signed in the middle. I could be wrong, y'all. Y'all let me know. But did Tony get signed in the middle of the season before? I can't remember.
It could have been. I think it was like week 5 or week 6. They said, this contract, it could be him.
But you don't normally see that with quarterbacks, right? You usually get those done in the offseason. And you let him come out the gate. Yes, it was against bad competition. Well, that's not his fault. It's not his fault he came out there and was firing on all cylinders. So as a player and as an agent, really as an agent, because it's not really, I don't think Dak said, you know what, after these 3 games, no. I think it was, yo, man, just do you. He constantly kept saying it. I'm letting my agent do his thing and Dallas do their thing, and we'll get it figured out. I think Todd France said, you know what? I think our stock just went up. Now we're going to hold off. And Dak did
He's
come out
doing
and
his
say, I don't
job.
want to negotiate in the middle of the season. He did say that. So,
I just think the agent is doing his job. I mean, like I said, we knew that in June when he switched agents, it was going to be more money. I mean, when you switch agents, it's going to be money. And Dallas Cowboys, if you know the Cowboys, they have certain agents that they like to have good relationships with, so they can have good negotiations. They like having those good relationships, and I don't know if they had built that relationship with Todd France. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that right there could have been a sticking
That's a good point.
because Dallas does like to know their agents, and they like to have good working relationships. Remember when they had this guy named Gene? I can't remember. He died. He used to be Dez Bryant's agent. They wanted him to be Dez's agent so they could help work out that deal. You get what I'm saying? So
like a cowboy whisperer type dude, the dude who was cool with everybody and
Upshaw or something like that.
Yeah.
Something.
And so they like having good relationships with those agents. So I think that's one of the reasons could have been too, that they didn't have a relationship with Todd France, and that could have been a sticking point of why that deal didn't get done as well.
And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying if that's what happened, it's right. Todd France was right for that. I think that's kind of grimy if you think about it. If y'all had a deal that y'all was comfortable with, and you came back after the first 3 games and said, "Nah, you know what? I want more. We're gonna hold out." It's kind of dirty, man. Definitely when you could have got there.
And we never know what the verbal was. Jerry Jones would probably be like, yeah. And if you mess up, then, I'm going to be pissed off,
True.
So it could be that situation too. But I think that the Cowboys should have reached out to Dak Prescott at the very end of 2018 and gave him a deal that he couldn't refuse at that time.
Yeah, man, you could be right. Let's get a couple more in here. 228. What's going on? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, fellas?
What it is, what it do.
What's going on?
Yo, man, big fan, late night hype.
Thank you.
Boy, I tell you, y'all, Skip and Shannon ain't got nothing on y'all, boy. They need to put y'all on ESPN somewhere.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Y'all spitting that, boy. Hey, but no, I just want to I hate to keep talking about Dak. I'm tired of talking about it. But I just keep seeing the damn hate going on, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to understand, like, what do they want from this man? Like, he's gotten better every single year. Every year he's gotten better. And let's see, you can sit here and blame it. Like I say, you can blame the team's downfall on the culture. The shit is clear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not the quarterback play. Folks sit there and say, okay, Aaron Rodgers wins, despite Tom Brady wins despite, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, Troy Aikman won despite. Like, man, you comparing this man to all the damn greats. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you get what I mean? Like, you comparing him to the greats, and then you're going to say he's not in the top 10. Like, you ain't comparing him to Jimmy G, you know what I'm saying? Or Ronnie Tannehill, you know what I'm saying? We were talking about, he's in. Yeah,
hey, 228. What they say? What they say? Man, Dak Prescott ain't no Pat Mahomes. I hear it all day.
Guess what? Newsflash: nobody is.
Comparing the man to the GOAT, you know what I mean? Like, he's not a GOAT. You know what I mean?
I got a question for you, 228. I got a question for you. When these other quarterbacks were getting paid, right? The Carrs, the Staffords, the Jimmy Garoppolos, these guys. Did you ever hear them compared to Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, the Patrick Mahomes type talent? Did you? I mean, I'm just curious. Did you hear that?
What I don't get, bro. That's what, and it's like, man, I hate to play a race card. I don't know if it's a race card or a cowboy card. You know,
it's a cowboy card.
They damn near one and the same. You know what I mean? Like the way they hate on us. You know what I mean? But love us at the same damn time.
I see where you went there.
You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you need it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have it. You know, but and I hate to go there with it, but yeah, man, bro, the hate, man. I just be sitting here like listening to your boy Jeff Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Listen to him rant, earlier today, man, and I just going through the comments, man, and it was just eating me up. Like, bro, I just wish I had a damn show. I be sitting here talking my damn self like I got somebody in here with me. You know what I mean?
That's why we give y'all this line in the chat box and everything to get your voices.
I appreciate it. But I've been waiting on one of y'all to come on this mother live so I can just get it out. Like, man, let me get it out. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
Get it out, man.
But, man, hey, but like I said, enough enough with Dak, man. The man is the truth, man. You know what I mean? But I'm with you on that cornerback thing also, man. I had a question for you though.
Yep.
Would it be smart to rotate the cornerbacks? Like kind of like how you do defensive ends, you know what I mean? Like
No.
They gotta play the whole damn game. Nope.
No.
That's all bad.
Gotta stay in the game. Cause I
Stay in the game.
I won't worry in. Like I want Diggs to be able to learn, but I believe Diggs, we throw him in the fire. I believe he's going.
Don't forget about Robinson either.
You know what I mean?
I'll play devil's advocate.
Robinson's gonna need some time. He gonna need some time to learn, though.
I'll play. Yeah, see, that's where I'll play devil's advocate
what I
for
mean?
you. In any normal circumstance, you don't want to rotate 4 or 5 different cornerbacks if you don't need to. But right now with COVID, we want to see guys like Reggie. We want to see guys like Diggs.
Yeah.
But right now, I think you got to kind of you got to kind of ease them a little bit.
Yeah, you got to get them in there.
I'm not saying rotate them half snaps. I'm just saying, hey, listen, Worley's going to play until we feel you're ready, and then if he needs or hey man, if Cheeto don't look that good, then go take Cheeto's spot.
Yep.
But yeah, man,
and like I say, they can be dropping Cheeto back at safety in practice. You ain't got to see it in the game, but if it translates, then hell, we might bring it out.
Indeed, man. All right, man, we're gonna get some other callers in here though. 228, man. This was a great call though.
Hey, I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hey, one more thing, Law. This is for you. If you don't know where you're going, any road to take you there.
Any road.
I'll be having them. He do be dropping them wisdoms.
Yeah, he drops knowledge bombs.
He be dropping them wisdoms. Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Law. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, when the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a mountain, not sliding down an old one. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to conquer a new mountain. So I always trying to find a new alleyway. So that's what I always look at it, but it's a good call from 228. Good stuff.
Yeah, I had a question.
That's Jim Rowans, though, by the way.
In my chat, I got a couple. Hold on. But the previous caller in Sky said trying to make a name for himself. He's talking about somebody in the chat was talking about the agent making a name for himself.
Oh, Todd France.
Yeah, but I do have a. He did get. He signed the cat from.
He's the guy that got Joey Bosa signed, though. That's what they saying. That he's the guy that got Joey Bosa his money. Todd France, and he represents Aaron Rodgers, and he represents Aaron Donald.
Donald, yes, I knew that, but he really did get Bosa that money.
Well, not really.
No, what I'm saying is
he him that money anyway?
Is he that agent? Is he his agent?
He's allegedly, I guess, according to the people in the community box, and then my dog Jay Farm over here, they saying that Todd France
remember earlier we was joking like it ain't Todd France. Apparently it is. That's wild, man.
That's wild.
But look at
what he collect, like 30% or 3%. What he collect though from that?
I don't know, but it must be a hell of a lot because
get like 15%.
He got Bosa $78 million at signing. He got Bosa $78 million at signing, fam.
But see, that's why maybe when we talk about why Dak didn't get signed, he pushed that envelope and he wants to. What we can't be mad at agents, dog. When we see a player get rid of an agent to go to another agent, you should know instantly why that is going on. I am getting this agent to get my maximum money for me. So if he doesn't get his maximum money, he's not going to sign the deal.
I saw this.
These are NFL players, y'all. Yeah. Their careers do not last long. So these guys have to get as much money as they can. And I'm tired. I want to say one thing because let me get a rant out right quick, and won't say nothing else.
You about to go.
I'm tired of hearing these people talking about these athletes and when they want to opt out. I can't opt out on my job. I wish I could opt out on my job and get COVID pay. You ain't a professional athlete. You ain't lifting weights. You ain't beating up your body. You ain't running to where you can take one hit and you can never walk again. You ain't walking with broken bones. You're not coming in contact with physical people talking about, I'm on the front lines every day. So am I. But am I tackling somebody? No, I'm not tackling nobody. I'm handing them stuff with gloves and a mask. These people are tackling, so they are risking a lot more than us. So I don't want to hear you people talking and get mad at these athletes because they have an opt-out or because these athletes want to get as much money as they can because tomorrow is not promised to them like our jobs are a little more. So stop.
Clue bomb for you.
James. Yeah.
Clue bomb for you. I had a question here. I done lost it.
That boy preaching over here.
Yeah.
I lost it.
No, here it is. I hate to do this hard cut, but I want to help. I want to get the chat. The chat's booming, man. It's popping on these chat right here. So I'm trying to get some of you guys in here because we're also gonna get callers. But where are you at? It was Demario Lay. Okay, he said, "How do y'all feel about the Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore? Is he going to open up the playbook early in the game and not late like he did last year?"
Man, we need to have that. What is it? Stone Cold Steve Austin drop. Can I get a hell? You know?
Hell yeah. I might, man. WWE be weird, man. I did a WWE show and I was doing some of the drops. They was like, copyright. I was like, damn, wait.
On the drop?
For real?
It wasn't the drop. It was I did the little.
Wow.
One of the music. It wasn't even music. Matter of fact, here's what it was. It was Triple H when he'd be like, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" Yeah, they got me with the copyright. I'm like, damn, fam.
Yeah,
Good
they
evening.
watching. You good evening. You done got popular. We taking all your stuff. I had a dude the other day. Nobody listens to your song, but all of a sudden I got a copyright a year later.
You right. I'm gonna get
later. That's
I'm gonna find
crazy
some
how
cool
they
drops.
do that too.
It is, bro. It's
I
wild.
said for real. This was exactly a year later, and your beat ain't that hot.
Yeah, I got hit up.
Well, what's up
all
with Kellen
kinds of
Moore?
things like that.
What's up with Kellen Moore? How y'all feel? He said, is he going to open it up late?
Yes.
Or is he gonna open it
that
up early?
Because what does McCarthy do? I mean, I think with all that explosiveness, shit, you better open up. That's
Right.
We're gonna have to live off that offense more than that defense early, ain't we?
Look, I won't be surprised if we be a pass first team. I know.
I don't know.
I won't be surprised.
I
man.
think it's going to be. I think what's here, and this is the beauty that we're not talking about. And maybe I'm just blind optimism, but I don't know. I feel like they are not going to do what Jason Garrett era did. Jason Garrett era was, this is what we do every single week, no matter what. I feel like they're going to go into the games each week and say, we're playing X team. This X team has a trouble defending the run, or trouble defending screens, or trouble, just trouble defending whatever it is that we're good at. So we're going to prioritize that part of the game, and then we'll go off of that. So if we open up running the rock and they can't stop it, Dak's only going to throw the ball 25 times. If we open up throwing the rock and they can't stop it, Dak might throw the ball 32 times, and then we're going to close it out with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. So I feel like Kellen Moore and McCarthy are going to come together on a week-to-week game plan thing, not a this is what we do no matter where we play. We're on the moon, we're on the star. You got to out-execute. We got out-executed. Hey, Jason, how do you what happened there in the first quarter when we got out-executed, man? We got to execute better, and we got to execute. Well, what about you, Jason? We got to execute.
How you doing, guys?
I mean, tired of that.
I mean, not just a weekly input of what you're talking about, Scott, which I agree with you on. I think the biggest thing as well is like you're talking about, the in game, the halftime adjustments. How many times have we seen games where you're like, we need to make adjustments, and we go back and still do the same thing because they're bullheaded and saying this is what we're going to do regardless of what you think. I think now you're going to see more in-game adjustments, like, okay, this looks like they was happening in the first half. We came out and made some adjustments and kicked their ass. That's what Cowboy fans have been complaining about for so long. And let's hopefully that starts happening this year in 2020.
Hey, real quick before I get back to the phone lines, our guy Sosa, this is why we come to guys like Jay and Sosa, Stevie, and a couple of you other guys in there. He's confirmed something for us here. So Joey Bosa has the same agency. Agency, but his agent within that agency is not Todd France.
Okay.
So that makes a bit of a difference, right?
Kind of like the movie.
It's like
Ballers.
it's the
CAA
or something like that. Someone in the agency.
Yeah. All right, let's get where we go here. 205. What's up, 205? You are on.
You're live.
What's up? What's up, man? What's going on,
the
player?
one, the only Uncle Charles.
Yes, sir, man. Well, how y'all doing? How my three kings doing tonight?
Doing great, brother.
We're doing better.
Awesome show.
On here.
Awesome show tonight.
Well, let me tell you something, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all know I do. So really, I know you got a bunch of callers, but let me just say this here.
We do.
We have evolved in the Cowboy Nation.
We have to evolve. We don't know what nobody's situation is at their house. We don't know why he opted out or opted in. See, when I was a young cat in the game, I was in college, man. I was a nurse's assistant going to be a nurse. But I had to drop out to help my dad because he was struggling. And my first job was Cook's Pest Control. And everybody know what that is. That's the bug, man. You know, looky, here come Cook's Pest Control. And my first day on the job, everything went bad. Called hell first day, man. The house overran by roaches. I had called Mr. King. I said, Mr. King, I'm getting overran by roaches. I need help. I got no truck in the area, Charles. I said, well, look, I'm not going to keep staying here because I'm not going to get kidnapped by no roaches. Now, let me tell you something about the COVID-19. The COVID-19 is some kind of entity that comes out of nowhere, pure evil. It ain't like it knocks on your door and says, hey, my name is COVID-19, and I came to make you sick. You understand? It ain't said that. Let me tell you something, man. I want people to be careful out there and protect your babies, make a decision. I want to ask a question also. I want to know if these guys are opting out or opting in or whatever the case may be. Do this change the dynamics of this team or do this change the mental makeup of this team? I want to get your answer on that, and then I'm going to give you my close.
Okay. Right now, as it stands, and I'll go real quick, no, because we haven't had a significant opt-out yet.
Yes, sir.
And I'll go with this. It can change everything. You can be heading into the playoff with all of the momentum, then your number one quarterback goes down.
Yeah, now if that happens,
wide receiver goes down with the COVID, and they have to put him on injury reserve for at least 3 weeks. So yes, this thing is crazy, and it can change the complexity of a team. It can kill momentum, and football is everything to do with momentum opposed to talent level at certain times.
Indeed.
Okay, so let me just say this. Let me say this. With this COVID-19 going on, I said this was an evil that we don't know nothing about. But I'm going to tell you something. We got something for this evil. It's called the late night hype and Uncle Charles. Get in where you fit in, and then here's out. And I want to say to my cowboy brothers and sisters, protect your babies. In closing, protect your babies. Do whatever you have to do and protect your babies, protect your parents, protect your friends, your brothers and your sisters. So when I was a little boy, and I'm going to say this in closing, I had a lot of favorite shows I used to watch. Gilligan's Island, Monster Squad, all these shows. But it was only one show that resonated in my mind was Rawhide, and it had to do with my Dallas Cowboys. So I'm going to give you a little taste of it, Cowboy Nation. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them doggers rolling. Keep them doggers rolling, Rawhide. The rain and sleety weather, the good women I'll be missing are waiting at the end of my ride. Ride them in, ride them out, ride them in, Rawhide. Ride them in, ride them out, ride them in, Rawhide. Ha! And I want to give that to my Cowboy Nation. Love y'all, bro.
Oh, man, love you too, Uncle Charles. Appreciate you, dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, Oak is the man. Oak is the man, dog. Oh my goodness, man.
That's the nation's uncle, man.
I don't even dog. Can we get some fire emojis for the show tonight for Uncle Charles for the show? If y'all enjoying this thing right now, drop them fire emojis right quick. And let me get my man Law real quick. Give him a little something over this right quick, because I feel like tonight's show we are bringing the heat. We got the hot callers on the line. We got Uncle Charles giving us story time. We got the chat lit up. We got everything is rolling tonight, y'all, for the first day of opening training camp. But what you think about it, though, Law? The voice?
Yes, indeed, man. When you think about the first day, you're just thinking about the grand opening, right, of baseball. It's just so remarkable to see players finally get to that moment, right? But when we look at moment, we just can't stop right there. This Dallas Cowboys team, everything as relates to Super Bowl starts today, believe it or not. This is where football is won or lost. During the offseason, the unity. I talk to people all the time about the continuity and how we can just marry everything together. And I come here to tell everybody that Dak Prescott, man, y'all think that he's not listening in to this? Remember, even when he had the top 46, whatever, amongst the 100, he said, yes, I do listen to my contemporaries because this is how I put everything on as relates to, hey, I need to improve in this category. I need to improve in that category. So I'm telling people right now, this team is a rebirth, a new team, a new era, a new flavor, and all of those things put together. Let's go get this Super Bowl one way or another, Cowboy Nation. Yes, indeed. Let's go, big game, James. Everything else remained the same, and Skywalker's here with the new field. Let's go, baby.
Indeed. Hey, and we got one more drop for y'all.
If you have not liked this, please like this. Go and share this because we're talking about pure commentator gold right here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get it nowhere else except one place, the late night hype.
The late night hype. Indeed,
I love
man.
the late night hype.
I love how you say it, man.
I love the late
Hey,
night hype.
let's get back into the lines real quick. 254, what's up? What's on your mind? Talk to us. Oh, you got to turn down the radio.
In words of the mighty Vach Lombardi, turn your house down, right?
What's going on, brother?
What's good, man?
Going on?
What's up?
Hey,
There he goes.
let me turn it down because I am at home.
Tell Alexa to turn it down,
Hey,
brother.
man, big fan. Say, I was just really wanting to talk about the Dak Prescott situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Dak got his money, man. He got his money, $31 million. He got that. Am I right? He got that. You only on a year-to-year basis anyway with all these quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? We're about championships. This is Cowboy Nation. You feel me? This is Cowboy Nation. We want to see NFC championships, MVPs. We want to see hardware on the wall. What do you got? Okay, 8-8 means you must wait.
That's not. We know that's not true, though, right? We know here in Dallas that is not true. Our quarterback.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That wasn't the narrative. That is the narrative now. We tired of that. We tired of not having nothing. Okay, we've been so close. Tony Romo wasn't good enough.
You don't think Tony was good enough?
Yeah, am I right? I mean, come on now. We put all our trust in this quarterback, Dak Prescott, and we want him to succeed. But you do have to achieve some things to get there. You know what I'm saying? You want that big contract, 8-8. Don't even ask for it at 8-8. Please, come on now.
See,
Let's keep it real.
Listen, I'm
We're
not
in a
even,
pandemic, for real.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not mad at that narrative when people say, "Hey, we want to see you achieve more before we pay you," but that's not how they do these contracts, though. Like if that's how these contracts were paid out in the NFL, I would 100% right.
Never would have got paid.
A bunch of dudes, but
yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got that. But see, here's the thing between America's team and the rest of the teams. Okay, America's team, you're going to get paid on endorsement. How much money you think you're going to make on endorsement? The Cowboys ain't going to get nothing off that unless they sell. But you're going to get that commercial. You're going to get that job. You feel me?
Yeah. See, Jerry Jones is going to try to spin that stuff, but a good agent going to say, "Listen, Jerry, I'm not hearing none of that shit because that ain't got nothing to do with my contract on this field. You're not paying me for what I'm doing off the field. You're paying me for what I'm doing on the field." So
right. But what have you been on the Wheaties box? Have you been on the Wheaties box? That's what I would ask you. Have you been? Do you have an NFC championship? Have you taken me deep into the playoffs? Did you get to the Super Bowl? I ain't asked you to win it, but did you get me to the Super Bowl? Okay, we're about championships here in Dallas, Texas, baby. We want the best. You know what I'm saying? If a Caucasian can do it, he can do it. You got to put up or shut up.
Hey, that's
fair.
fair.
But that endorsement talk, man.
I agree, but that's fair.
People got to understand that.
It's money. It's money. It's like, okay, food stamps. We didn't want food stamps. We didn't want food stamps, but we got them. You know what I'm saying? We spent them. It's money.
Oh, goodness, man. Look, people got to understand this right here, man.
Look, you got speeches. You got lost speeches. When you got lost speeches.
I just got to tell people this right quick.
Okay.
When Dak Prescott do a commercial shoot, when he's wearing the Dallas Cowboys stuff, guess who's getting paid a piece of that coin as well?
Dallas.
All right.
Yeah, he's getting a piece of it.
Cowboys. Yeah, so the Dallas Cowboys getting notoriety and recognition as well. So you can't get it both ways. you can't look at the fact that Dak Prescott getting outside endorsement deals, and you look at the contract. Nah, pay the man his contract, and let's move it on. I understand why a lot of people can look at it in those factors, but you can't just do that in that way. Because
but listen, 31.
If we get
$31 million is a lot, Law.
It is.
$31 million is a lot.
It is, but still, just because we're the America's team, we don't get favorable calls. Look what happened to us against the Saints last year, right? Ezekiel Elliott elbow all inside the ground. Do you think if they say, okay, that is the America's team, therefore we're gonna go ahead and give the ball to Dallas Cowboys? Or look at the catch, no catch for
That's play calling. That's play calling. You got that second string running back who's a lot quicker, a lot more elusive.
I said my piece. I'm waiting for James.
Stop using this America team type of situation because we get the most phantom calls called on us than any other team in the universe.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is guys, is this.
Okay.
Is we are America's team and we picking Dak Prescott to be our quarterback. Okay, you have to have some symbol of resolve for the team. You know what I'm saying? Now, all good quarterbacks want to win, but at the same time, don't let it come at the expense of the team. You see what I'm saying? You was playing for peanuts. Now you playing for 31 points, and I'm mad about this. It should have been longer. Well, guess what? We're in a pandemic. It's not going to be longer until we can get some security in the future. Jerry Wayne Jones is not going to play that.
Man, you're a good caller, but man, oh man. Man, appreciate
I'm sorry, guys, but that's just the way it is. It's economics. It's all about the money, and Jerry is about that money. He'll give you that big contract, but it's worth it.
You're right. Oh, you're right, my man. But we gotta get some other callers, bro. I love the call, though, my brother.
All right, appreciate the call, man. We love y'all, man. Keep it up.
Love you too, man. Peace.
God bless.
Love you too.
Man, I can't stand the endorsement talk. You know what I mean?
You know what? I get excited. I get excited when people get Law riled up. See, usually, y'all know me. Y'all know my show. Y'all know on the late night hype. I get going. But Law usually, you remember. But when you get Law hyped up, you know you're saying something, man. You're saying something.
Yeah, you said something.
I respect OG.
Like
I had to hit him with the button, but I respect OG.
Hey, we need to see if that Sandman music is copyrighted free.
Mr.
What
Sandman.
You had that Sandman music come on out there.
I ain't trying to get. I'm gonna see. We can test it out.
Easy up and got the 8-ball rolling.
Did y'all see Vach's comment, man? I had to highlight that.
Oh, I see my dog Vach on Barbie. See, Vach would have been all inside that man sideways with his conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm done fighting. I said my pieces on Dak, and he wasn't saying nothing too crazy. Like we had Philly Notion in here, and Philly, if you in here, brother, or you run this back, your stuff was so outlandish. I had to include you in my intro. I had to include him in the intro. When he had me snapping out talking about his quarterback as a Hall of Famer, dog. At least it wasn't that. All right, we got 9 Dime. I wonder if this is the 9 Dime. 9 Dime, what's up?
9 Dime.
9 Dime.
Your mind. Yes, indeed. That's my dog.
What up, brother?
This guy over here, like, Derek Carr ain't made $72 million in his career, man. Like, Chase Daniels ain't made $34 million in his career, man. Like, Marcus Mariota hasn't made more money than Dak Prescott, man.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins has got paid how much? How much?
I think he's at over 100 million
my quarterback pockets, man. You count my quarterback pockets. Talking about he need to take a pay cut for the team, man. This for the NFL. Big game, big game. Told y'all they risking their life out there, man. Dak can get a broken back just like Romo, but Romo can go in the booth and make more money than Dak. But y'all cool with that? Come on, man. Come on, man.
See, you understand the
that
market.
hate has to stop. He is a quarterback. So, let me tell y'all people, he is a quarterback. He's supposed to get the paper. That's how the NFL is, was, and will be. That's why Patrick Mahomes can go by a part of the Kansas City Royals.
Crazy.
That's why quarterbacks are announcers later on in their career. He is a quarterback. CBS didn't want Michael Irvin or Deion.
They couldn't handle
took
Michael
the
Irvin.
Dallas Cowboys quarterback, Tony Romo. Give Dak his paper, man. I see they might be slow-footing just for Mike McCarthy to be comfortable. So let's quit talking about that. Let's talk about coaching. Because Skywalker, you disrespected last week. You said Bill Belichick was the greatest coach ever. Like Tom Landry didn't walk this earth.
Listen,
like Vince Lombardi didn't walk this earth. Bill Walsh. Bill Belichick ain't had no championship with some dirt on it. Dirt on it. We smell it.
So
He's
you mean
the
to tell
king
me
of
if
the
you
sky.
won 6 championships, are you going to put asterisks on our
He the
6
king
championships?
of the spot, man. He the king of the spot. Paul Brown won 6 championships.
Oh man,
Vince Lombardi.
bro, they ain't had no helmets
We
when
just
Paul
can't.
Brown
We
won.
can't get confused in the new school.
You right.
You can't
I'm not
get confused in the
disrespecting
new
Landry.
school.
I'm not disrespecting Walsh. I'm not disrespecting none of them. Walsh got 4. You know, Landry got his 2 and what have you. And it's not more about Super Bowls than
Landry
Landry.
created the 4-3.
Right. It's more.
defense,
It's
man.
more about that.
Umbrella,
It's more than
flex,
about that. Right.
The shotgun.
But Bill
But
Belichick
let's
has
talk
done
about
something
Mike
no one has
McCarthy
ever
and
done.
what he's going to do for our team. Let's
All
talk about Al Harris, what he's going to do for our team. Mr. Edwards, Skip Pete. That's, if you look back at it, these guys have a history and they have experience due to the lockout earlier last decade where everything was in a rush. So they're going to take their time with these players. But that's my time for right now.
All right.
But for all you decaders and hating on his paper, man, kick rocks, man. It's the NFL. He a quarterback. And I would tell you, look it up. Look at how many of these quarterbacks making money, man. So get your quarterback his. 9 dime.
I knew he was gonna say that. 9 dime. Shout out to you, 9 dime. Let me just clarify though. Okay. I personally, yes, I believe Bill Belichick. If he ain't the greatest, then damn it, he's right there.
You stay damn close, huh?
He pretty damn close. Okay. No
Got
disrespect
4.
to Tom Landry.
People don't talk about Chuck. No, Chuck no got 4.
Yeah, you true. You're right. Nobody does talk about Chuck.
Now, when you said that, Scott, did you preference your statement and say he's one of, or did you say he is?
I more so less. I think I said he is. I think I more or less said he is.
I feel 9 dime. When
Yeah, it does. It cut
like that. 9
but
dime
see,
just cut like that.
I'm
That's
not
just all, man.
disrespecting the greats, right? Like Bill. If you said Bill Walsh is the greatest, I will not argue with you. If you said Tom is the greatest, I'm not going to argue with you. You know what I'm saying? If you said, any of these other great coaches, Vince Lombardi is the greatest, will I argue with you? No. And like I said on the show, Bill's coaching resume, you can say is tainted, but guess what? If we went to 6 Super Bowls or 9 Super Bowls and won 6 of them, are you going to care about a asterisk?
And they ain't got
Seriously.
nothing by 'em.
Seriously, like, are you going to care about an asterisk?
Hell no, we're gonna be doing cartwheels like y'all just jealous. Shut the hell up. That's exactly what we're gonna say. Shut the hell up. We got them. Who cares?
I mean,
That's what you gonna say.
what he's
My
been
thing
able
is
to
this,
do,
though.
Law,
Go
for last.
Go ahead.
What he's been able to do, Law, for the last 25 years, what have you? I think he started in he won with the Browns, and honestly, if you go look at his Browns career, it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad. And what he's been able to do, I just think is amazing, and not too many coaches have ever done that. I mean, none have ever done what going to 9 Super Bowls, winning 6. But just his consistency and his ability to change with the game, right? It's been amazing.
Well, can I put it in this factor? And it's in the same realm, and we probably have to have a whole nother show, right?
Mm.
One can argue the greatest running back of all time, the greatest, is Jim Brown, right? But the greatest running back that I ever seen was Bo Jackson, Barry Sanders, you see. And the most consistent running back of all time, believe it or not, in my opinion, is Emmitt Smith.
It's Emmitt Smith. Yeah.
You can't argue. You can't argue against facts because Emmitt Smith is the most consistent. Is he the greatest running back of all time?
I think I see where you're going.
You see what I'm saying?
I kind of like that. So you're basically saying Bill
yeah.
Belichick is like Emmitt in the sense of he's been the most consistent, but he may not be the greatest.
Man, you see how good this show could be.
I like
just when we
you
talk
really,
about like that type
like
of stuff.
You bringing that.
like
you bringing that good.
Woo.
Bringing that good stuff.
I like it.
But I never got a chance to see Jim Brown. But for those who saw Jim Brown,
they will tell you in a heartbeat he's the best running back of all time.
They say, "Law, you blasphemous, man." They'll be ready to fight me right now.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? The old heads is not playing with it. Uncle Charles probably in here snapping right now. Y'all say that any other running back than Jim is the greatest, man.
But Bo Jackson, I know Big Game James. When you saw Bo run, bro, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna tell you right now. When I'm gonna tell you, just like a lot of those people say that, I think Bo Jackson could have been one of the best running backs ever. I watched him in college. When I watched him in the pros, he was nasty, a whole different level. I'm telling you, I cried when I watched that game where he messed up his hip in that Cincinnati game. I watched that game. As soon as he did that, I literally started crying because I was like, his career is over. Bo Jackson was on a whole different level.
Who reminds me of Bo, and granted, obviously I wasn't able to see him like live, but I obviously went back. I know my history of the game and stuff, right? You don't have to be there to see it. Who reminds me of Bo is prime Adrian Peterson. It's not too many dudes.
I love you, Sky. I was gonna say, but I was
just not too many
young
dudes.
Whippersnapper know this shit.
It's not honestly. I mean, really think about it. I don't know if there's ever been a running back like Bo physically, and then AP came around, and you're like, yo,
they run angry
and they run tall, but they run powerful and they fast. You know what I'm saying? Really wish he didn't mess his hip up.
The only other running back I seen run straight up was Eric Dickerson.
ED, yeah, man. ED.
And he was 6'3" running like that.
See, I like tall running backs on Madden, but in real life, right now, I don't know about it right now. Let me get a couple more in here. Where you at, Lunatic? 956, which is Lunatic. What's up?
I don't gotta work tomorrow.
You don't gotta work.
James, Skywalker, Steel, Law Nation. Buenas
That
noches,
lunatic.
hermanos.
What's going on, brother?
Listen, we're bitching and moaning about Dak, and next year when he signs for big money, we're going to be bitching and moaning about how much we signed him for.
Yeah.
Dak has not had an offensive-minded staff. Let me explain. Last year, we were 16th scoring, but inside the red zone, we were 16th. How you doing, guys? Coach Clapp settled for field goals inside the red zone. He settled for field goals. Teams knew we were going to run, and we predictably run. So now, let's switch it over to Mike McCarthy. 13 years in Green Bay. 8 of those years, his offenses were in the top 10 in red zone scoring. 5 of those years, they were in top 5.
This is why
Dak is going to get touchdowns, not field goals. That's going to shut up the haters because that's going to equate to more wins. No more field goal battles. Now, for our defense, because our questions are going to be on defense. I'm not worried about the offense. For defense, we have Cheeto, J. Lou, Xavier Woods on last year's. Boss Cowboy on your show, Skywalker Steel. I asked him, hey, who gets extended? He said, there's a good possibility none of them get extended. So then I went back. Well, let's see what McCarthy did in Green Bay. 5 of his last years, they drafted defensive backs. So I'm okay with let's get whatever we can at a Cheeto, J. Lou, X Woods, and then we're probably not going to sign any of them. And let's go through the draft and find their replacements.
Yeah, remember,
because that's what this organ is.
Under McCarthy, his last couple years, I think the last 2 years, he drafted a defensive back in the first 2 rounds in back-to-back years. So his first 4 picks in the drafts in back-to-back years were defensive backs. So, yeah, they're not afraid to draft the DB.
Exactly. And with COVID, I'm going with, you know what? Go with what's out there. Go with your veterans. Let the rookies take their time because this is going to be a weird season. So let them take their time because next year is going to be really when they're going to stand out. Not this year. Let's go ride with our veterans because we're not going to get anything for them. They're going to be gone. We're probably not going to sign them. And now for T. Hill, last year we kept 4 defensive tackles. So it looked like it's going to be Poe, Gallimore,
McCoy,
and McCoy. So it's going to be a battle between T. Hill and Antoine Woods. And guess what? If we cut one of them, we're probably losing about the same amount of money.
I think we should. I'm gonna ask the guys after the call about that one because I definitely want to attack that for a quick second before we get to the next caller. I'm asking.
So again, not worried about the offense. I got questions about the defense this year, but I'm confident that our coaching staff can put it together. And then I'm hopeful with the drafting that we're going to do in the next couple of years, how we can find the replacement. Great talk, Cowboys Nation. 2020 equals number 6. Go Cowboys. Puro pinche Cowboys.
Puro pinche Cowboys, my man.
2020 equals 6. I like that.
2020. Yes.
Let's hope so. I will take the asterisk Super Bowl. We will take the asterisk Super Bowl. God damn it.
Definitely. Double stars. I counted twine.
Hey, he mentioned something though that made me kind of perk my ears up there. He said we only kept 4 last year, which is true. He thinks we only keep 4 this year. With COVID, do y'all really think that's gonna happen?
I think that did they expand the roster, or is it still going to be 55? What is it going to be?
It's still supposed to be 55, and they're supposed to have 16 on practice squads now.
But see, I think they'll emphasize certain positions, and when you got a guy like McCoy and Poe who are a little bit older, not extremely older, you got to have or Poe coming off of an injury, right? You got to kind of be thinking, man, if one of them go down, we only got 3 now. And, of course, if you cut Tristan Hill, somebody's going to pick him up.
Yes, they cannot cut him. I hope they do not do that.
Can they deal him over to the Raiders?
Don't deal him.
I'm just saying.
I mean, they could. I got Poe's highlights playing right here.
I hope he just – I'm not hating on nobody's opinion, but I hope Tristan Hill comes out of this and this shows everybody because I want him to really succeed in this, man. We don't want to lose him because then that means we have to draft again.
I mean, they brought in Gallimore. We talked about it before. We hope Gallimore and McCoy can be the future at defensive tackle. Like that's what you want to happen. So we all should want Tristan Hill to do really well because I think Gallimore is either going to push somebody off the roster or make somebody better.
True.
How you feel about that DT 4 or 5, Law?
I just think that it could be a hidden element. I don't know if Marino, Garrett. I know it's another Garrett.
That undrafted cat.
Did they cut him? Did they cut? They just cut him.
Yeah, remember we only could bring 80 to camp because of the COVID. Yeah.
It's somebody out there. It's a veteran out there somewhere who used to play with either George Edwards, who used to play with Tom Sula, or
yeah, I know a veteran out there that could maybe slide in a little bit. His name is Everson Griffin, but that's a whole nother story, right?
Just stop.
Position.
Just let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
252. What's up? You on the line? Real quick.
Hello.
Yeah, 252. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, man.
What's going on, Big James?
What's up,
James? What's up, man?
What's up?
Nothing much. Quick question I want to ask is about our receivers because I heard that Tampa Bay
turn your crib down. Turn your crib down a little bit.
Okay. All right. But I heard that Tampa Bay coming in with the number 1 wide receivers. I don't know how true that is, but I'm asking y'all, was that true that they coming in as with the top wide receivers?
Who, Tampa Bay?
In the league? Yeah, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's what I heard what Skip said today. I don't know.
I think it was.
They just lost a good one, so they definitely can't be tops now.
What?
What happened?
No.
Goodwin play for the Bucks?
No, you talking about Goodwin plays for the Eagles. Godwin plays for the Bucks. Yeah, I know I get them confused.
He said what?
No, I thought he opted out. That's huge, man. I got him in one of my dynasty leagues, so that's a big deal. So
Goodwin or Godwin, which one win? Which one is?
So Godwin and Mike Evans, are they the best? I'm imagining they mean best duo because trio. I don't know who is it. Perriman? Is Perriman the third guy?
Hurt, ain't he?
I mean, he stepped up. He stepped up last year when Godwin went down or Mike Evans went down. He was balling. But are they the best wide receivers in the league? The top.
That's what I'm asking y'all. Cause that's what I heard what Skip said, but I forgot.
They the best.
He was a Tom Brady guy, so I guess he'll do whatever he can to hype Brady up. But my question is, now with Tom Brady, now I don't mean no harm, but to me his numbers was declining. I mean, it wasn't like that he had yeah, with Belichick's system and stuff, yeah, he did pretty good. I mean, they still did pretty good. But do y'all think that Brady numbers gonna
get better?
As they say, MVP type numbers or whatever this year with the squad he got?
Okay,
I don't think so. I just think he's declining.
We're gonna answer that one off the line. All right.
Okay.
All right, brother. Great question, though. Appreciate your call too.
All right. No problem.
No doubt.
That is not a bad question. Do you think his numbers are going to get better or decline?
Man, look here, man. I just got to say this, man, and I know everybody put Tom Brady on his high pedestal, and I'm not talking bad about him. But remember this big game, James and Scott? During the season, we talked about this before, but I'm going to have to say this again. Remember this during the season? They said that the Patriots last year had the 2000 Ravens defense. Remember that?
Yeah.
They had one of the
at the beginning of the year,
defense. At the end of the year, but the 2000 Ravens had Trent Dilfer. They went all the way to the Super Bowl with that defense. This last year team, the Patriots team, had Tom Brady with the 2000 Ravens defense. How far did they went?
That's hyperbole, fam. The people saying they had the 2000 Ravens defense is out their damn mind. You go look at
a lot of trash ass teams that this past season to even try to even get that ranking. They were playing trash teams that were like 1-5. They were all under 500 teams.
Well, and just look at the quarterbacks too, because I was one of those guys that saying, man, I don't care who they playing, what the defense is doing is crazy, because on one hand we can say they're playing trash quarterbacks, which they were. Now, hear me out, though, which they were. On the other hand, dog, we make trash quarterbacks look like Michael Vick and John Elway. So I did have to give them a little bit of credit for that. However, if you're comparing what they did to Sam Darnold and Ryan Fitzpatrick and whoever Duckworth in Pittsburgh, and you know what I'm saying, if you're comparing what they did, to the Ravens, then you ain't really see the Ravens play, or you ain't really go back there and research.
Teams they played. Them was some good ass teams they was playing. They was kicking ass.
Goodness, man, dude, they literally went to the defense
like some 85 Bears.
I think if I'm not mistaken, they went to the Super Bowl without scoring more than like 4 touchdowns in the entire playoffs, dog. Like on offense, they won an entire game in the playoffs with field goals. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, we got a couple.
But you know what? The only thing I want to see Tom Brady prove to me, this is where you're going to prove to me if you the GOAT, in my opinion, because to me, Joe Montana is still the GOAT. I know Brady got more rings than him, but Montana is still the GOAT to me. So this is where you show me, because when Montana left San Francisco, he went to Kansas City and was a winner. He didn't go to the Super Bowl, but he was right there at the championship game.
So if Brady goes to Tampa and he makes them a contender, is he then your GOAT in your eyes?
Yes.
That's fair. I think
because now you went to another team. You have a whole different coach. You don't have Belichick. You don't have none of that. If you go to another team and do what you did at 42, yes, I will say you're the freaking GOAT.
True.
And then just said, "Yo, Trubisky looked like a first-round pick against us."
Oh shit! Don't bring that motherfucker up.
Yeah, all of them.
832. What's going on, 832?
So listen, man. I've never in my life seen so much unity amongst Cowboy fans. A couple days ago, my hotline bling, man, Bleacher Report say, Jamal Adams has been traded for 2 firsts and a third and such and such. And collectively, Cowboy fans don't always agree, but we collectively all at the same time said, nah, player, that's too much.
That's too much.
Nah, player, that's way too much. And I love that unity. But, there was a handful of I'm legend monsters just crawling around thinking we should have gave that up for Jamal Adams. So I always like to get ahead of problems before they get too big. Because, when you get on these social medias, you kind of get tangled up with these other fan bases. And an observation that I noticed is sometimes your team's results can alter the mind of your fan base. I thought that was interesting, right? Like, if you look at a team like, let's say the Jets or whatever, right? No, let's not say. Let's say like the Browns. Browns fans look at draft picks differently than we do, right? Because a lot of these people are like, oh, well, Vach, there's no way. There's no way that those first-round picks can turn to Pro Bowlers. There's no way. That's a very slim chance that those guys turn to Pro Bowlers. In my Cowboy mind, like, 10 out of my last 12 first-round picks have been Pro Bowlers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I was a fan of some team to where out of my last 12 first-round picks, only 3 of them became Pro Bowlers or whatever, then that would lead me to believe that there's a slim chance that these first-rounders pan out. Because a lot of people look at these first-round picks like lottery tickets. But to us, they like, all right, what good player are we getting this year? You know what I mean? So I thought that was interesting, man. I didn't want Cowboy fans to go around saying some goofishness, some goofy stuff, because they saw some Buccaneer fan say, oh, it's a slim chance that those first round picks that they sent could turn into Pro Bowlers. I'd like, that's a lie, because even if that's the case, even if you don't draft like a Pro Bowl player, you can still trade to get a Pro Bowl player. So I said all that to say, boy, we dodged a bullet with this Jamal Adams stuff, didn't we?
If that was what they wanted, we damn sure dodged the bullet. Because I agree with you, our first round picks are coveted way more with this organization. Where I will give Seattle, which is why I said I like their GM. I do. I like John Snyder. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? John Snyder looking at these first round picks probably like the ugly ducklings because they can't hit on them. They can't hit on them. So while we value these first round picks, to them, they are assets to trade. I can be wrong, but John Snyder has traded out of the first round or his first round pick almost, I think, 11 out of the last 12 years or something like that. I could be wrong, but I know it's some crazy number where he's traded his first.
From 2013 to 2017, they didn't have a first round pick.
See, there you go. So he's traded these before.
This my deal, though.
Say again?
This my deal, though, right? This my deal. Like, yes, okay, you're bad at first round picks. I even seen some Seahawks fans complying to this. I said it as a joke, like they bad at first round picking anyway, so just whatever. I said it jokingly, but they're really complying to the notion that, hey, we're bad at first round picks. To hell with them. Okay, cool. You may not can draft well, but instead of Jamal Adams, bro, like you could have got Minka Fitzpatrick, DeForest Buckner, and damn Calais Campbell for them picks. You know what I'm saying? So you still could have gotten more value than what you had. I think the Seahawks just kind of panicked a little bit. But because they're so incompetent with them picks that they're complying with the notion, hey, man, we got Jamal Adams. This is cool. But whether it be drafting or just free, just trading single players or whatever, I think they lost, man. I think they panicked, and you would much rather throw that dart. You would much rather shoot that shot. You know what I mean? And I just don't want Cowboy fans to see that and be like, oh yeah, yeah, they did the right thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think for sure they lost in the long run, in the sense of there's a very possibility those picks can turn into 4 Pro Bowlers or 4 starters or 2 Pro Bowlers, 2 starters, what have you. But in the right now,
or
in the
3
present,
duds.
or 3 duds, but in the present, I think they win in the present because they're going to be better right now. But you damn sure better win the Super Bowl this year, next year, or ooh, Nelly.
Because I tell you what, they all talking about this Legion of Boom Part 2 or whatever.
That's
the
goofy.
difference is that they drafted those guys. Like that first Boom thing, they drafted those dudes. So they was around for a long time. Adams probably gonna be wanting some new money soon. Griffin's contract is over after this year, and Quandre Diggs, who's pretty cool, he's making like $6 million. He's probably gonna want some money on the back end after like next year too or whatever. So that's just that. But another thing too, like how come the Seahawks acting like Russell Wilson's offensive line ain't terrible and Russell Wilson's like 31 now? You know what I mean?
I think
it's just a whole big mess.
I think with Seattle's offensive line, I just think they go to Russ and say, "Hey, Russ, man, can you manage?" And Russ be like, "I can do." Russ. Russ is like Dak. Yeah, sure, coach. I do whatever you say. I think they just tell Russ, "Listen, you just do what you can do with this, and we're gonna try to beef you up everywhere else." I think it's ridiculous. If you put a good offensive line in front of Russell Wilson, he probably beats the Packers last year.
I understand. Hey, Pete, this out for everybody listening right now, for everybody in the chat box. Y'all ever been watching Big Game James and somebody else talking? That's him typing in his chat box, right? So I was watching Big Game James type. And James was typing this long. I was just waiting. He was typing and typing and typing. Then he looked up at the screen, looked back down. He was typing. I said, damn, dog, Big Game James about to drop a whole paragraph, type like 30 seconds. Type. And then he hit enter and looked up. I look at the chat box. Big Game James said, "What's up, chat?" It took that man 50 seconds to type, "What's up, chat?" Big Game James is killing ants over there. He is an index finger typer. Can somebody give Big Game James a word-to-speech situation, please? Please, man.
Well, you know what we need to do for you? Because, wah, wah. That failed. It wasn't funny.
You crazy.
You keep trying.
I love y'all. I
You
love
crazy.
y'all rivalry.
Big Game James, when you
I'll see you in September, dog.
Dallas, man.
We talking about
September
first
what?
week of September. I'm talking about the first week of September. We can get that popping.
All right, man. Hey, man. I hope you're ready, man. I hope you.
I hope you ready.
You know, warm your knees up. I hope you've been stretching.
I hope
and
you've
all
been
that.
warm. I hope you've been doing it. Instead of doing all them videos you're doing, you better take your big butt out there and run them hills.
Oh, I'm going to work, player. I'm going. You know, I can't wait to show you, man, because you keep going.
I
back
can't wait to show
wait.
you. I can't wait
Oh,
to
man.
show you. I'm going
I'm
to
gonna
show
bring my
your
big
little
camera.
young ass.
I'm
Oh,
gonna bring-
your big young ass.
I'm gonna bring my best cameras. We gonna capture this in all kind of 4K.
Please
Law,
do.
bring your camera too.
And I know what you're going to do. You can't hit Control Alt Delete when I school you. You can't hit it.
What I'm gonna do, Big Game
You
James?
can't hit
Let me-
Control
let
Alt
me
Delete
know.
when I school you. And best believe
Let
it's
me know.
all going to be on social media when I do you, dog.
See, Big Game James think he got me figured out, man. I
ain't worried about you.
I never walk in the front door, Big Game James. You don't know
That's
what
fine.
you don't know what I got planned over here, man.
Dog, I done banged with more cats than you even the law allowed. So you ain't talking nothing to me. You just running
But
your
you
mouth.
40.
Get in the lab.
But you 40.
It
But
don't
you-
matter.
You 50.
Did you see George Foreman knock out Michael Moore for the heavyweight championship of the world?
Man, look,
Hush
y'all
your
was up here
mouth.
talking about
Go
Bo
on.
Jackson. Y'all was up here talking about Bo Jackson. I was like, yeah, man,
Hey.
Big Game James playing football with Bo
Hey,
Jackson.
well,
Man,
like
yeah.
I said, dog, here's the thing. All that talking you doing, it's going to be looking more bad for you with all that yapping you doing when I do you. So just remember
Big Game James, that means nothing to me, man. That you're a man. You're 40. And what Mike Gundy
Hit him with
said,
the
you're
Mike
40.
Gundy?
Mike Gundy.
Mike Gundy?
Come on, Jay. Come
I'ma
on.
get-
Listen,
hey,
man.
like I said, it sounds all good, dog. You make it sound good in all your little, and tell Zay that's your little son. Tell him, make sure he's watching, because I know he be pom-pomming you, so make sure he watching too when I do you too. His name is Zay. That's your son.
I don't know that man, though.
You should, because he your number one cheerleader. Make sure you tell him too, because he going to be watching it too when I do you. And man, I'm going to bring my son down there, and it's going to look real bad for you, dog. When you 20-something years old and you got a 40-year-old doing you, how you going to make a video after that, dog? You ain't going to be able to
Don't
make
make-
videos for a month. You going to have to log
don't-
off on your YouTube.
Why would I embarrass
You
in
ain't
front
gonna
of
be
this
able to be
man?
on your YouTube, dog. You know how many people gonna clown you when I do you? See,
That's
I'm
gonna be-
older.
that's
They
gonna
already
be the
gonna say.
longest
They
car ride
already
of your
saying
life.
I'm gonna lose though, Bosh. They already saying that. So you got more pressure than me, bruh. You get what I'm saying?
Your
So when
son-
I do
your
you,
son-
you are going to
son gonna
look
wanna
worse,
fight me.
Bosh.
Your
You are
son
going
is
to
gonna
look
wanna fight me.
worse. Remember that.
You know what? You know what's
I
gonna
know
start
you.
happening,
I
Big
know
Game
you
James?
nervous. That's why you keep talking.
You know what's gonna happen, Big Game James? You know what's gonna
The
happen,
ones
Big
that
Game
are
James?
nervous, they always talking to try to talk
What's
themselves
gonna
up
happen,
in the
Bosh?
game. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
You
gonna
keep
do you
talking
so
yourself
dirty,
up. I
Big
love it.
Game James. I'm gonna do you so dirty, Big
You
Game
ain't
James.
gonna
Your
do
son
shit.
gonna actually start
You
trying
ain't gonna
Your
do
son
shit,
gonna start,
Bosh.
Your
Bosh.
son gonna start
Bosh.
fucking you.
You ain't
Your
gonna
son
do
ain't gonna do his
nothing, dog.
homework. Your
And
son
you
ain't
actually,
gonna do.
you lucky I'm like not no big dude, because if I was a big dude, I'd take you on that line.
Ooh. That's where he lived.
You
That's
feel
his,
what I'm saying? No, that's real.
Relax.
Like if you lucky I ain't your
Yo,
size,
Jack.
because if I was your size and we was on that line, I'll really mash you. And that's a
Jay gonna
fact.
be like,
That's a fact. I
Hey,
would
no.
mash you. If I was your size, dog, I would mash you. If you was playing offensive line, I was playing defensive man, dog, I'll mash you. Be slapping you all upside your helmet. Get out of here.
Jay gonna be looking at his son. Jay gonna be like, "Boy, you better take that trash out." And the son gonna be like,
Yeah, right.
"Why you ain't get all buff with
Yeah.
Bosh like
Oh,
that? Why
he hit
you
him
ain't
with
Yeah,
the
right.
Kevin
do
Hart.
Bosh like that?
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
ruin
right.
your household, man.
You
Like
say
I
he gonna
said,
say you better go ahead
like
if I
I
go get
said,
Vox.
when somebody's out there making videos and all that stuff, that lets you know you're worried about them.
I'm telling you something
I
right
do
now.
videos. I've been
Big-
doing
big
videos
game out.
for
He
4
working
years,
out
Big
here,
Game
man.
James. What do you
Hey, and like I said, keep on talking, big dog. I'm gonna get you, because let me say, when somebody talks that trash to me, I'll never forget it. So I just believe I'm a competitor, and I'm gonna get you, bro. And like I said, it's gonna look worse for you when you're 20-something years old and I'm 40-something. It's gonna look worse for you, not me.
I don't want to tear this man ACL.
Get
in
off
front
the
of
phone, man. My boo thing said I gotta
fear
go.
God,
Now get
homie.
off the damn
I
phone.
fear
Why
God,
you
homie.
talking? You over here still
I fear
talking
God,
about it?
homie.
I'm trying to talk about
I
Cowboys.
fear
You
God,
talking
homie.
about me? I'm all in
I
your
fear
head,
God,
dog.
homie.
of all in
fear
your
God,
head,
Oh,
hang up the
I fear
phone
God,
and
homie.
go do your channel and stop thinking
I fear
about me.
God, Playboy.
Okay?
Hey,
I
Vox,
feel
appreciate
God,
you, man. Appreciate you,
Stop
dog.
thinking
I
about
fear
me,
God,
dog.
homie.
Ooh-wee. Hey, bro, we get with you, young OG. That's what I like to call you. You got the OG versus the young OG.
Yeah.
Oh,
Triple
man.
OG and OG, man.
Oh,
It's gonna be crazy.
Man, I just got one question.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Is this why you are not here? Oh my goodness, man. Listen, I ain't gonna be there, but Law, please,
Yeah, I'm gonna be there, man. I'm gonna try to
please,
get the 4K.
please plug me in so I can do the
This is gonna
commentating.
be legendary.
I
Like
want to
said, this is gonna be a
commentate
beautiful
this thing live.
I'm gonna be like this. all
Yes.
day long, like,
It's gonna be a beautiful thing. I'm getting fresh new cleats. I got the talking about we got the body wear going.
Yo,
Bruh, it's gonna be a beautiful thing when I dog that young
y'all
man.
wild.
Dog, I'm gonna be like, thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session as we take a deeper look at big game. Watch Lombardi.
Yes, please do that. Have your film session ready, please.
We gonna have the film breakdowns. You know, it's gonna be crazy.
You see this move right here? Freeze it.
See, James
That's the
trying to
old
hit him with
man
the deep
putting
post.
that big boy in the dirt. Freeze it right here again.
I can't wait. Yo, real quick.
I can't
because,
wait, man. This is gonna be like pay-per-view almost.
Yes,
man.
Real quick,
It
because
really is.
479 has been very patient. Last call of the night.
That's the last one.
I'm gonna let you get in here. I know he's been very patient, so make it quick. 479. What's up?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man?
What's up?
All right. Yeah, I've been a little patient. That got a little sideways, but
Yeah.
y'all do y'all thing. Anyways, B Price calling from 479, Cowboy fan since '74.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all spoke about earlier about the D Reed, or not the D Reed, but the Eric
Jordan
Reed situation. I was a big fan and am still a big fan of Jamal Adams, and I, like most, wanted him on our squad, but mainly not so much for his talent. It was because of the dog that he brings. I think that we got a very talented mix. I mean, we got a lot of young players, a lot of talent, but we don't have that true dog on our defense. You know, somebody that's going to set that tone and let them know that we here to hit you in your mouth play after play.
I 100% agree. We don't. The only dog we really got on defense is well, that we know of, right? But I agree. Okay, I do like Diggs. I do like Diggs. That we know of is Jordan Lewis right now. But Jordan Lewis ain't really going to hit you in the mouth like a Jamal Adams, but he can make a play on the ball. But I think Jay Lou's a dog. I think Diggs can be a dog, but I don't think none of them right now are tone setters. And what you're saying is Jamal Adams is a tone setter, and we haven't had that in the back end of this defense in quite some time.
Well, I look at it like this. Let's say we got a lot of young, a lot of young pit bulls in training. You feel what I'm saying? So what I mean by that is they got a little bite in them, you know, but you don't have nobody that's going to train them or set that tone, like you said, to make them go attack. That, you know, like Jalen has it. You know, even Vander Esch has it. We have guys that have that talent, you know, but no one that's going to keep it consistent and make sure that they stay on that level that they need to be throughout the game to set that tone. You know, we need to set a tone to where when teams come up, they're not just fearing our offense. They know that we got a defense that on any given play is trying to hit you in your mouth.
No, I agree.
That's what's going to be our thing for next year. There's no doubt that we have an explosive offense. So, and I think me and Youngster, we talked about the Dak situation a few months ago, you know, and him getting his pay and this, that, and the other. But I'm talking strictly for our D, because I think that's going to be the question for us this year. Can our D play up to our offense?
No doubt, man.
And they set the tone that the offense can set. I mean, give me your thoughts on that.
All right, we'll give you your thoughts off the line here. All right, brother?
All right, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I love what y'all doing, and keep it moving.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, listen, I like what he said. We got a lot of pit. What did he say? He said we got a lot of little pit bulls
in training.
In training, I like that. I like that.
We don't got to.
I see our guy Dak Attack was like, man, what about Jalen and what about D-Law? What about? Here's the thing. What he's saying is somebody that's we got a bunch of individual pit bulls in training, but we don't got nobody that's gonna rally them and become a pack of dogs. I'm like, yo,
I believe
right.
McCoy is that guy.
That could be.
Even though he's 32, I believe he is that guy that can really rally those guys, because I believe they follow D-Law with his emotion when he's really in his game. But that leader is the McCoy.
Yeah, I don't see D-Law as the leader of the
not
pack.
at all.
I see D-Law as an alpha.
Jalen, every time he lay you out, he pick you back up.
To me, D-Law is not that leader, but he's that guy can be like your first lieutenant.
Yeah.
You feel me? He can't be the leader, but he can be your first lieutenant. Like you give him the orders, like you have a general like McCoy and give D-Law the orders, then I think D-Law, you feel me?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And LVE, somebody mentioned Thurston. I think LVE is that guy too.
Hey.
What happened?
I think he was still there, but
oh damn.
No, that's cool. That's the last one. Yeah, man, but I agree. I think LVE, Jalen, they could be a part of the pack. I don't think they're leaders of the pack. We literally saw Jalen. We gave him that chance to be that last year, and my man was just swiping away, not being a leader, in my opinion. And then when he got called out for some of these things, he was, yo, man, come on, man. No, I don't want the camera. Oh, you don't want the camera now after you gave up that touchdown, but you want the camera when we down 18 with 2 minutes left and you got a sack. Okay. I see where we at here, Jalen. But no, I hope Jalen takes that step forward in the leadership role. I hope D-Law does too, but I think D-Law is what he is. I think McCoy is going to be the leader of that defense right now. But no, man, we don't have a dog on the back end.
Yeah, but I think our young fish is going to step it up, man. I think
All
got
right,
more, and I think that even your boy,
who's
number
that?
88 this year. I'm just looking at his moxie, man. I'm looking at after he scored touchdowns and things like that. He does show some characteristics of a dog a little bit.
You know what's funny about him, real quick before we go?
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy to say, but I feel like people low key sleeping on CD Lamb. I know people probably like, you crazy, Sky. Like everybody talking about CD Lamb. That's not really what I mean, but I just feel like people are really. They really think, I
don't think he's gonna really turn up this year,
man. And I just get this vibe from CD. Like, I ain't gotta say too much. I'm a man of few words, but the words when I say them, they mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he played that way.
He got that inner cockiness.
Yeah, cocky. That's what I'm talking about, James. Yeah,
Inner
that flex. You see how he flexed after he get the
yeah,
first down?
I mean, just see how. Just look at how. If you really look at CD Lamb, just look at his demeanor. Don't he look like he got a little everywhere he go? Like
that's what I'm saying, fam.
Don't
it's
sleep
like
on me, son.
Everywhere he go, he know he the man, but he ain't gotta portray it with his words. It's just a feel. It's just a vibe. Like, dog, I showed up to Oklahoma and killed it.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, you can tell.
You know what I'm saying? I got drafted by the Cowboys. I'm good. I ain't snap. I'm not going out here being all crazy. In the interviews, yeah. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jay Farm said, I am people. All right, Jay. He come out here and be smacking on these dudes.
That's my dog, Jay Farm.
Jay awesome, man. I was so glad he called in the other day, man.
Yeah, and Scott didn't even hell no.
I didn't hear what I thought he said something about something else farm. I'm like, who that? And he was like, it's J Farm D. I'm like, oh. Shouts out to you.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go, man.
Call was all over. He's like, J Farm D. I'm like, nigga, you late. Oops.
Uh-oh. I got you now.
Gotcha.
It's the late night hype.
The late night hype. See, that's the 12 o'clock edition.
Yeah. The late edition.
Remember when when they got me, my man on the call got me riled up, fam. He got me riled up.
That was a sneaker.
Yeah, that slipped out. Hey, man, shout out to y'all. Y'all been killing it in the chat. Shout out to my guys, Big Game James, Law Nation. This was an awesome show. Shout out to the phone lines, the Cowboys Nation hotlines brought to you by the Cowboys Network. They were on fire. And my man Sosa was in the chat tonight, man. He was killing it in the chat. So make sure, like we said earlier in the show, man, please go follow that man because he's going to keep y'all up to date, informed right away. Like
his graphics is sick as shit.
And his graphics is sick. what I'm saying? So make sure y'all do that. Man, I got a fly in here just killing me. But y'all shouts out and y'all closings. Go ahead, Big Game James.
I got to give
I'm sorry.
a quick sponsor shout out, man, and I didn't get a chance to do it during the show, but Stelio's 300 Cowboy, that's Uncle Dave. You know, we got Uncle Charlie, but this is Uncle Dave over here. So really appreciate him, and shout out to Eastside Harold, Young Wilson, as well as Sin City Cowboy. Thank you for joining the membership. And Naheem, I really appreciate you for making your donations to help grow the nations. I really appreciate everybody who shared this content, and I thank those who followed on the Facebook and also those who subscribed on the YouTube, as Sky would say, universe. So I really appreciate everybody, man. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to give a few shout outs to donations today. Kid Roscoe, The Lunatic, Young Wilson, Floyd Perrier. Happy birthday to you. It's his birthday.
Happy birthday,
today.
man. Hey.
Happy birthday to Floyd
Wait,
Perrier.
we gotta hit him with the Stevie Wonder right quick.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
So happy birthday. Also shout out to my dog, the Ninja, Eastside Harold. My dog, the Ninja, that's my dog. So shout out to those guys, the Lunatic as well, and shout out to the mods. Shout out to everybody's supports, everybody who was in the feed. I love you guys, and I appreciate you. And a special shout out to Vosh Lombardi for always being in the feed and keeping my name in his mouth. Thank you.
Round 3.
Fight. Yo.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. It's an exit stream. No, I ain't gonna exit stream. Wow, man. Wow, man. That honestly, that was super entertaining. I'm not gonna hold you. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see that. Real rap.
Yeah,
I can't, man.
That's gonna be some shit. It's gonna be some good shit.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, shout out to everyone that donated in the chat tonight. I can't pull up mine, so I can't give y'all the actual names, but I do appreciate it. And honestly, I just appreciate everybody that's joined us, that called in. Like to think about this, I talked about this with my lady earlier, man. It really is humbling to know that a lot of y'all rock out with us from start to finish, or they'll hop in the middle and y'all rock out with us for 30, 40, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours if we go 3 hours at a time, man. That means a whole hell of a lot. And just the support y'all give these channels and this show, man. I think it's growing, and it's growing because you guys. Straight up. Y'all awesome. Y'all awesome. With that said, Sin City just on the way out. The $4.99 donation. Shout out to you, Sin City. All the way from Vegas. Listen, not supposed to be in Vegas this summer. God dang COVID. I'm not going there. I'm gonna let James have the COVID conversation.
Yeah. Close us out, Big Game, James. Your turn.
No, don't do that. You need to
put it on you, man. Close it out, Big Game, James.
I'm gonna close.
Let Big Game, James close it out.
The music don't be work. I just found out the music don't work when I do that, man. It only work on the open.
For real?
Yeah,
okay.
man.
Well, only thing I'm gonna just give it like this. Look, COVID, stay the hell away.
Yes.
We need a season, man.
We do, man. This
and COVID, you're scaring me.
Do, brother, we do. All right, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share this content, and if I don't press this button, we'll be here all damn night. And remember, context matters. We bring in real, we bring in context, and we bring in the heat. Love you guys. Peace.